That damn loop gets me every time. What is up, guys? What's up? What up? Good evening, everyone. That loop, I think every time, like, I need to make an official, like, intro video, but once the countdown starts, I'm like, it's kind of catchy. And then I forget to take
It
the loop off,
is.
but
It is.
Gets me going.
right? But
Yep.
what's up, guys? What is up? What is up? We are here live this evening to discuss SummerSlam, of course, and I could not do it alone. We have very special guests. We have good old Elvis Escobar. We have Sean Plickta, Sean from Tennessee. Do you still? I miss the days when you would call in and like Sean from Tennessee. Now everyone can see everyone because we're on YouTube now, but remember the days when it'd just be like Sean from Tennessee and
I miss those days.
God, who's the guy from Chicago, Boris from Chicago.
Oh gosh, that's big. Oh, that's a long time
Yeah,
ago.
but what's up, guys? What's up? Happy to have you guys. How are you guys doing?
Sean?
Doing great, man. This is fantastic to be on with you as always, and Elvis. It's always great having you with us, and yeah, just fun to talk some WWE. We got a big weekend coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm just excited to talk about it. Ashley, you're the best. Always fun to be on with you on here.
I second that. Thank you for the invite. It's always good to, once I got the notification that the group chat is back live, and there was a notification, it's like a Superman or a Batman signal where it's
Right.
like, all right, time to go. Let's do it. So I'm
Right.
excited for tonight to talk some wrestling.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. And my dog is right here. She has to be in the room, so she make an appearance off and on. With the little click clack in the background, that's her. But what up, everyone in the chat? What's up? What's up, Maddie? I see you in here. I was thinking about you the other day, Maddie. What's up? What's up? I love your name, man. It cracks me up. But Fernando, Maria, E, Universal, what up, guys? What up? And I know I saw the one and only Sai out there. He is. But yeah, guys,
There he is.
we'll be getting into some comments as the show goes on, but we have a stacked lineup. Obviously, we have 2 days to get into. Thankfully, it's 12 matches, but it's broken into 6 matches for each card, which when you think about it being 2 nights, and I think, like we were saying a little bit before we officially got started, it makes it much easier to digest. And it really, I remember when I think it had to be WrestleMania was the first one to go 2 nights. I remember thinking like, man, like I don't know, like is it gonna take away like that vibe, that special feeling? But I don't think so. I think it's added to it. Obviously can't get carried away having like every pay-per-view be 2 nights, but I think SummerSlam definitely warrants it. And I think, say what you will about some of the build, the overall hype for it. I think it's a solid build. I think it's a solid card for both nights, and I think it's one of those shows where you may not have that excitement feeling as high as you have for some other shows. But I feel like once you actually sit down and watch it, you'll be like, yo, like it's gonna get you pumped, and you're gonna get hyped. And I think you're gonna leave night 1 pumped to go into night 2. So that's kind of my overall feeling for it. I think it's gonna be kind of like one of those sleeper shows. But yeah, your overall thoughts going into it, and then we'll obviously get into the cards respectfully, or anything else you guys want to bring up before we get into it. If you guys would like to speak Hulk Hogan, I know it's a very controversial topic. You feel free. The floor is yours. But if not, don't have to. It is very, I guess, prevalent. It was just announced on Twitter. Ron DeSantis, the governor here in Florida, marks Hulk Hogan Day in Florida officially August 1st. So that is tomorrow. Not Siri. August 1st, 2025 is Hulk Hogan Day. He sent out a little, I guess, memorandum is what the memorandum is the official letterhead. So yeah, that's out there. Any thoughts that you guys want to share? If again, don't have to get too personal or any take in particular. You can say anything you want, anything you don't want to. We can just get right into it. But I've already talked about it myself, so I'm not gonna get too much into it. But at the end of the day, he is a large reason why wrestling is where it is. I'm not going to say he's the reason why wrestling exists. I think that's a little bit of a stretch, but yes. I mean, it definitely is where it is today, like especially specifically WrestleMania as well. I think he had a heavy hand in getting that going. So things like that, I think definitely been different if someone other than him was involved. Because yes, you can take the mold, right? Hulk Hogan and put it on any wrestler, but you have to have that talent that brings it out and that really amplifies it and then takes ownership of it, and as that character. So not anyone can play that Hulk Hogan part and make it believable. So all the outside of the ring stuff to the side, like wrestling wise, at least you can't not acknowledge that, So just wanted to at least give you guys the opportunity to share anything. So whoever wants to go first.
I'll go first real quick. We talked a couple minutes before hopping on, and anytime somebody dies, let's just take it as that. I like to think of things as, take it by section. Somebody dies, you celebrate their life, no matter what, unless you're a god-awful human, which I don't think he's a god-awful human. I think everybody with a reasonable mind could say that. But you celebrate their life for whatever they accomplish, because death comes to everybody, and we should, and we got to be human at that point and take it seriously, where that person has loved ones. They no longer have that person, and we all have experienced loss. So that's one thing, but also, celebrating wrestling culture and celebrating somebody that has changed and made memories for everybody that's watching, listening. And Hulk Hogan has meant something to everybody, whether you're a wrestling fan or not. Yeah, it's unfortunate, the personal stuff, but there's two sides. There's the Terry side and then the Hulk Hogan side. So I mentioned, some people like, Michael Jackson is the best example I have. He had a very controversial history, personal wise, but guess what? When Beat It comes on, everybody's jamming. When Thriller comes on, everybody's jamming. You don't have to celebrate the human being of the person every time you listen to their music or watch them, but what it makes you feel. And that's what Hulk Hogan does. Hulk Hogan, when you watch Hulk Hogan in the ring on your television as Hollywood Hulk Hogan or Hulk Hogan, it makes you feel it gives excitement, and that's what you should be celebrating. You don't have to celebrate. There's two aspects of it. So I posted RIP to him, and if you're offended, then stop following me, because I'm probably going to post a lot more worse things than that, than rest in peace to somebody who passed away. So, Hulk Hogan's a legend, and I think it's fair to say wrestling would not be here without somebody, the iconic, the immortal of Hulk Hogan. So that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I talked a little bit about it on Wade's show. I just think he did so much for the wrestling business as a whole. Like, wrestling would still be here without him, and still would now. Obviously, it's been fine without him. But he was turned out to be a global superstar, and he worked his butt off to get to that point. And we enjoyed watching him growing up as kids, and we enjoyed watching to see what he did. Obviously, the Mega Powers exploding was just iconic stuff. It was fantastic stuff. Yes, did he make a lot of mistakes at the end of his life? Yeah, he did. But again, that's all of us. We're all human. We all do things. Yes, he didn't own it. We get all that. But at the same time, I don't, unless, like you said, do the horrible stuff your whole life. I don't want to bash somebody when they're not here anymore to defend themselves. And so I just think we should more focus on what he did for the wrestling business as a whole, because he is the reason wrestling, a big part of the reason wrestling is as big as it is. I don't know if it would be as big as it is now if it wasn't for the way he started it and the way he got it going in the 80s and 90s. So even though, man, I hated that ending of WrestleMania 9, but that's a whole other story. But I think, yeah, it's just fun to talk about his career in wrestling. He did so much for the business, and so it's fun to talk about that. We had to bring up the other stuff. Obviously, it's part of him, but I just hope people can have good, fond memories of what he did for the industry and not just focus on all the negative. That's what we do. I feel like a lot of times we want to focus on negative, and there's a lot more positive than negative in my mind. So let's focus on that. That's where I'm at.
Well said.
Yeah, I agree. And, I don't, to be fair, I feel like, and I don't know, I didn't know you guys at the time, but I feel like once we all heard those comments, I don't feel like we were like, yeah, like, I still love Hulk Hogan, like, so to be fair, and I know, whenever it was brought up for me, I always acknowledged how shitty it was, and I said a lot of other things, with other vulgar words, you know what I mean, which I don't need to say right here, you know what I mean, because we don't need to get into each thing specifically because it is what it is, but at the same token too, he's not the only human being in the world who has done fucked up shit and has been an incredible artist at whatever they were doing, right? And like you said, Michael Jackson was it's terrible to say it's a good comparison, you know what I mean? Because it's like a weird thing to say, but you have tons of examples out there, and again, like, it doesn't excuse or diminish or make what one person did better or worse than the other, because it just, I think, amplifies and just shows that everyone has flaws, you know what I mean? And I've done some fucked up shit. I mean, like, I haven't said certain things, but like, I've done stuff where if like I was put on blast, I'd be like, yeah, I was, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it is what I hate to say it is what it is, but it kind of is at this point. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out there. It is a big deal. And at least let you guys say your piece if you wanted to. Any other thoughts before we move on?
I want to talk about the build really quick.
Yeah.
The only thing that's hurt the build of SummerSlam, to be fair, and I think we've talked about it a little bit, is just how many shows we've had recently. We've had so many big shows in the last few months that they really haven't been able to build a real legit. I mean, the card is good, and we'll talk about it more in depth, but like the build hasn't been as good as it could be, or I would like it to be in certain respects, because they've only had like 3 weeks to really build it. And so there's more I think they would have wanted to do, but it's their own thing because they want to have all these shows. They want to put all this stuff, this content out there. And so it's hurting in that respect. But I think the card is still great looking at it on paper, but the build could have been better for sure. I think that's being honest.
Yeah, I agree. They're falling into the trap of becoming obsessed with money, even at a higher rate, and not even just money in the dollar sense, but content, just brand exposure, just striking while their iron is still hot. You know what I mean? So in some ways, I can't blame them, but to me too, and I know it's a logistics thing, building thing, but it's kind of weird still, like, having SummerSlam so early. I feel still in the summer, like, to me, I'm used to SummerSlam being like towards the end of summer and kind of ending summer with SummerSlam, and then going into the fall season, heading into Survivor Series. So I don't know, I was just thinking about that earlier. I don't know why it just stood out to me, but yeah, like, and they just came off with Saturday Night's Main Event, Evolution. You can say that Evolution in particular too, like, that shouldn't necessarily impact your build to SummerSlam, because some of the women are going to be involved at SummerSlam, but it was a card specifically for the women. So like, you should be able to focus on different things if you're going to promote different things, and if you're going to schedule different things. So I get it, but the same token too, it's like, you did it to yourself, like, like, y'all. And that's what I was saying too, like, at the beginning of the show, like, it feels like it's one of those cards where it's like they really left a lot on the table with some feuds, but it's still like, when we actually get there and watch the match, it's gonna be like, I think it's gonna be fantastic. Like, and like the Gunther and Punk match, for instance, I feel like we could have gotten a lot more out of both of them, but especially Punk. But I feel like the match is gonna be really good, because I feel like in a lot of ways, I guess not to jump to that and show my hand too much, but I feel like Punk is going to use that to kind of not give him like a chip on his shoulder, but kind of like give him more of like a fuck you type thing. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to rush it. Like, we're going to go out there and like have a fantastic match type shit. So that's kind of how I feel like the vibe of both cards are going to be, really.
I think what we've seen, I don't know if you watched the Unreal, but Punk and Gunther was supposed to be for WrestleMania, so they probably scrapped it, and then handshake to Punk, like, all right, you'll get it at SummerSlam. So they had to rush it for however they had to do it, but they scrapped that match with, I seen the card on Unreal, what it should have been, and that card looked way better than what was, but they made
for SummerSlam or for
WrestleMania.
Okay.
They showed the card. Somebody like paused it and clipped it on Twitter, what it was, and that card was actually I mean, like you say, you don't know how it's going to play out, but that card looks
Yeah.
sick. The original card that they were thinking, but they had to, put the rocket on Jey Uso at the time, which I agree with. So the CM Punk Gunther is rushed. There wasn't much, promos going back and forth, but it could be a good thing because one doesn't talk, one loves to talk. So maybe it's better that it was rushed. So you didn't have to get to it. Let's just get into fighting. So we could see how it plays out. We'll know on, what is it? Saturday? We'll know.
Saturday.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I guess we'll just get right into it. Starting obviously with Saturday, 6 and 6. I think it's gonna flow very well. However, I think they said I heard somewhere that it's a 3-hour pre-show. That's insane.
Oh, Jesus.
3-hour pre-show,
come on,
and
man.
there was
Wow.
no
God.
matches on the card. So I don't know. It was on some
3
podcast
hours.
I heard.
Oh.
I was
That's
like,
just
you are out of your
ridiculous. I'm
mind.
sorry.
Out of
That's
your mind.
stupid.
That's the
Fucking insane.
TKO thing of just,
It
what?
is.
People are still going to watch. If they're home, they're going to put it on and they're going to watch it.
That's what Maria was saying. Shout out to Maria. She said TKO is a
Maria.
problem. That's them. That's a
Yeah.
prime example. No pun intended.
Taking advantage.
Yeah.
But yeah. So getting into night one, in no particular order. But I am a weirdo, and I'd love to sit here and think of what the match order will be or the card order will be.
Yeah.
I actually haven't put much thought into it at all until now. Because I don't like to when I'm doing prediction shows, like I try not to think about it too much, and I try not to listen to shit because I don't want to like taint my thoughts and like to just think about it on the fly. But with SummerSlam, I'm actually wondering because I think it's a given, right? Gunther and Punk is going to main event night one, and then we obviously know who's going to main event night two. Oh, speaking of that, I do have going on in the YouTube world. And thank you guys, whoever's watching on YouTube. Shout out to you guys and watching on Twitter. Appreciate that, X, whatever you want to call it. But on YouTube, have a little poll going to see who everyone thinks the winner is going to be on night two. Excuse me. If we get Cody Rhodes, John Cena retaining, or if we get a surprise, not surprise cash in. So let me know everyone's thoughts in that regard if you're on YouTube. But yeah, so obviously we pretty much know what the main events are going to be.
I don't know. I
You don't
think
know?
the Roman tag could main event. Oh, I think it definitely could, depending on what they're doing. Oh, I
Okay,
think it
now-
could main event.
And that's fair, especially depending on how that match is going to end.
Yes, right. Exactly.
So we could start off with that match. We could just start off with that. Go ahead, Sean.
Well, I was just saying, because, and that's what I'm saying. Here's my thing about that match. Was I the most excited about having a tag team match with Roman and Jay? No, and I know Elvis, you brought up about you had to put the rocket to Jay, and I know you did at the time.
Mhm.
Looking back at it, it didn't. It's not working. Like Jay, I know he's over, but it's not working. His promos are not good. His matches are not good. A lot of the stuff he does is not good. He just comes through the crowd, and that's what gets him a big pop. And again, I like Jay. I think there's things about him that are very relatable and that kind of stuff. I just think overall it hasn't worked. But I would have loved to have had Roman against Braun, but that's what happened is you didn't have a lot of time to properly build partly because Roman's just never there, never on TV. And you have the star with Braun Breaker you're building. And I just think, and I still think they're going to do this, and so I hope the building up to that match is really good. But a tag match just kind of felt like okay to me. I was like, okay, I'm going to be into it when the match gets there. I'm going to be into it. Every character's in a really good spot. I feel like right now, other than Jay. I think Jay's in the worst of the four, but I don't know. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's the interplay between all four guys is going to be good. My only worry is it's just going to be very predictable in the finish as far as I just think Bronson's taking the pin. And I think that's really sad and really unfortunate because I just think there's more with Bronson. If it was me, I would have Bronson beat Jay and build up because you have Bronson and Braun. You're trying to build up with Seth being gone. However long, if Seth cashes in this weekend, he very well could. And we'll talk about that, more when it comes to the other match. But I just think I'd like to see Bronson and Braun get a big win. Obviously, Roman better not get pinned because that'd be stupid. Roman better not get pinned. I mean, that's a joke if he does.
Yeah, Jay would have to get pinned for sure.
But I think the interplay between the guys, I'm curious the story they're trying to tell. But overall, if it was me, I would have the faction get over and build to something with more of
Yep.
them. And I
agree.
don't think they're going to do that. I think Roman and Jay are winning. I think Bronson is getting pinned. I don't know where they're going with Roman and Braun. The whatever the build is going to continue to be, the story they're going to tell with them is going to be very intriguing. But number one, I know Roman got his contract. We talked about it many times. Good for him. He needs to be on TV more. He needs to let us into who he is more of this baby face from Roman. Still have the persona, still have the cool factor about him, but like let us in a little bit. And he did a little bit of that the other night. He did a little bit of that, but I want to see more of that building into a match against Braun down the road. But yeah, I think Roman and Jay are winning. I wouldn't go that route, but I think that's ultimately what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think they had to get Roman kind of in there. This is kind of like, I think if you're booking short term or long term, I think that the Braun should win. It doesn't devalue Jay at all because he's not hot because he's winning. He's hot because he's cool, right? And then Roman doesn't take the pin, so it's nothing on him. And you make a faction without Seth, because there's a lot of rumors out there that he is faking it, which I don't think it's a work. I think it's a shoot. I think, yeah, if it's a work, I will literally bow down and
good on them.
Thank all parties, because they have sent out videos of him on the sidewalk with his daughter.
I was about to say with Becky.
So if it's a work, they have worked it, and that's how work should be done nowadays. Is you take a work. People say kayfabe is dead. I think you can make kayfabe way more alive because of social media more than ever if you use it the right way. So I think that if he is out,
right,
even more reason to make this faction more believable and moving up the card. So when he comes back, it's like nothing, not a step was lost, because he still has the briefcase. He could still cash in. He has a year to cash it in, and that injury is going to put him out 3 to 6 months, whatever it is. So yeah, I believe. Are we going into this card right now? I'm sorry if we're talking too much about it. But all right, cool. Yeah, I think that in my opinion, I think either this tag is the first one to lead off, or the CM Punk, because if you're not first, you're last. Shout out Ricky Bobby. But in PLEs, you want to be either first or last. So CM Punk, yes, I could see main event to give him back for looking out for the business and not being in WrestleMania. But man, if I'm not watching SummerSlam and I get a text from a buddy at 7:30, hey, Roman just came out, watch the tag, I'm gonna put it on. Or CM Punk's about to, all right, I'm not watching it, let me scramble to my TV. So you got to put either of those matches, I think, on first.
Yeah. So who do you think wins the tag match? Elvis.
Go ahead, Sean. Oh, I'll go. Yeah, I think Bron and they don't have a name, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Bron and Bronson Reed, I think should win, and I think they will win. I think it'll be in the best interest for every party involved to do it. I'll be very disappointed. A win for Roman Reigns and Jey Uso in a tag match doesn't do anything. It literally doesn't do anything other than make people feel like, yay, cool, they won. But if the other boys win and dominate with a maybe little deception, a little controversy, that'll be way cooler than a clean victory for the baby faces. That's my opinion. Go ahead, Sean.
No, I mean that's my. I mean my pick is Roman and Jay. I hope it doesn't happen, but I mean I'm still. I think Roman and Jay are going over. Especially if you're main eventing. I think if you're main eventing, they could still. I just think if you're main eventing, the faces are going to win to have a good ending. I just don't think you're going to have Bronson and Braun win if it's just going to go off the air, and unless they have a crazy angle that again we don't. I'm trying to think of what angle they could do.
They might build somebody in there. They might if Seth is literally gone for 6 months, they might bring in somebody temporarily and for 6 months, and that wouldn't be a bad move to make that faction feel like, just because you don't want to view them as a tag team, because they're not a tag team. I think they're individuals that can tag, but they're better off individuals in a group. So why not make somebody come in I have
What if
somebody
you
in mind. I just thought of, wow.
What if you slide Karrion Kross over?
What if you slide Austin Theory over? Which Austin Theory's been lost in the sauce for a while. I know. I'm just saying he's a better
Isn't he
heel than a
injured?
babyface.
I don't know.
Is he?
I think that's what. Isn't that what
He's been
Grayson
off
Waller
TV, which
said?
is an automatic sign to.
Yeah,
Who's this?
I
It's
think
Austin Theory.
Grayson Waller. Now, unless like his character was just bullshitting, but he had said, it kind of was, I don't know, some random backstage segment. Who was it? Oh, it was with the New Day. He had confronted New Day because he was like, he was, looking for a new group because Austin Theory is out hurt.
Oh,
So it's A-Town
yes.
down
Okay.
now.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
A-Town down is down right now.
Yeah. So I don't know, because I say Karrion Kross as the thought, just in potential filling in for Seth, going with the idea that Seth is officially going to be out for 3-6 months, whatever, just hypothetical. Karrion obviously is involved with Sammy right now, and Sammy was involved with Seth as well. So I don't know. And both Paul Heyman, there's a way you can kind of like thread them all through. I'm not saying it's or advocating for it, but if they do end up keeping Cross, because there's speculation that his contract is up and that he may not be staying, whatever, I think they'd be crazy to let him go right now, unless he's just dead set on leaving, which I don't think he is. But I mean, I hear
with his wife being in there. Like, think about it. You have Paul Heyman. Picture them coming out. You got Paul Heyman. You got her. You got the three. It'd be. I don't disagree. But I mean, I think he's better off as an individual with her versus in a group.
For sure.
With her. That's
for sure. But
could Cross be in a faction and not wrestle? That'd be great. Don't wrestle. Just be in a faction. Don't wrestle, because
he's intense. That boy gets me going. Every time I see him, I'm like, dude, you need to calm down. I feel like he doesn't have any other like. Every time he talks to his wife, it's always in an aggressive tone. Not saying he's a danger to society and all that, but I'm just saying he looks like he's always intense. Letting go of. I mean, we could all agree that Killer Cross should come back and repackage, because Vince McMahon didn't like the name and they put him in a weird
gladiator
debut. Oh, that was awful. What he's been under Triple H has been so much better. He's a psychopath. And how many psychopaths do you have on the roster? Drew McIntyre, him. There's not many guys that are unhinged. Those two come to mind right away. And you need that. You need guys that just, for some reason, they just beat up a guy backstage for zero reason. I didn't like the way he looked at me. Boom. You need that in wrestling, because you could put that in every storyline. I love that.
Me too. Yeah. So who's your official pick? I'm sorry for that tag match, Elvis.
Mine is the bronze. The bronze.
The bronze. Okay.
Yeah.
And you have Jey Uso taking the pin.
I have Jey Uso taking the pin for sure. I like that you're writing this down. This is good.
Yeah. My take is the same as yours, Elvis, but I'm sorry, it's not. I don't have Jey Uso. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there we go. They're coming to the good side. There we go. No, I'm just
No. That's
the bad side, actually, to be honest. But
I have Roman Reigns taking the L here. I have him taking the pin, and I think Braun Breaker is going to pin him.
What?
I think
you're strapping a rocket to him.
Yeah,
wow.
I think this is the prime opportunity. Yes. I don't necessarily feel like they are going to slide in a third man to replace Seth right now. And again, going with the theory, even not, you don't have to, but it works better. Going with the theory that Seth is out for 3-6 months, extended amount of time, but nothing crazy. I think the way they've been positioning Braun Breaker, how he's been the forefront, he's been the one that's heavy on the promos. You have Reed just standing in the background, even Paul Heyman standing in the background. The first or second week when they were out there in the ring and Seth was saying he was about to start talking, and then Braun was just pissed off, rushed Seth and stole the microphone from him, said whatever he needed to say, and then was just pacing back. Between that and, like I said, the presentation of him now, the beatdown that they gave Roman and Jay, I don't know, man. I think I think they are really smitten with Breaker, and I feel like if you want to really put the rocket on him, this is how you do it. Roman loses a tag match, big deal. Who fucking cares? You know, like, do you think he's disappearing? He's going away anyway to go film a whatever movie. It's like some Street Fighter, I think, some movie coming up. But so he's gonna be gone for a few months. What better way to send him packing than to be beaten down by Breaker? You get him coming back even more hot and heavy because now he's pissed off that he needs to come back and avenge a loss. I'm just saying. You have an opportunity to really do something strong here.
I will say one thing with agreeing with you is I did listen to Busted Open. I listen to Busted Open now because of you. And I listen every day anytime they post. Bishop Dyer, formerly known as Baron Corbin, did say one thing, and he said the reason why a guy like Roman Reigns and he mentioned Roman Reigns is where he is because he's unafraid to give to the company and not like what we mentioned, Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was the known for never taking a pinfall, never taking an L. Like, that's not going to work for me, brother. Like that, like, come on. Like, that's the best line. That's not going to work for me. He said on Busted Open last week that it was the idea of putting dog food on Roman was brought up, and Roman said, hey, if it's gonna put you over, if it's gonna make you look like a jerk, I'll do it. And Bishop, that was him saying it. So he's not making up a lie. He's not Hulk Hogan it a story. He's saying that's the reason why Roman is so big, and even more so with wrestlers that he works with, because he's unafraid to, you know, if it's gonna work, let's do it. So I believe that, taking a pinfall for Bron Breaker, I could see Roman going like, hey, let's put you over, brother. It's going to make us more money at WrestleMania next year. So I agree with that.
But I'm not disagreeing with that. I just don't understand. Like, to me, why are you doing it in a tag match? Do it in a one-on-one match. Like, why would
you could do that too?
Match? But I'm saying, like, do a proper build to have Braun beat Roman. Don't just do it in a random tag match. It doesn't really. Yeah, it's SummerSlam. It means something, but I want Braun to just get a good one-on-one win against Roman to really put him truly over. Like, he's already over now. Like, we know how big of a star he's going to be. And I think they're already in the process of building that. Yeah. I just wish they would have been brave and just done the singles match and do it that way instead of just having Jay and a
Well, they're not brave, and that's why they're doing it this way. That's why. That's kind of the reason. What I'm saying is it's an easy way to.
But it's not as big. It doesn't feel as big to me.
Yeah, but we're nerds, right? We're nerds about it. We dissect everything. So they're not thinking about us necessarily in this. They're thinking, what is the average fan going to see and feel? And that's what is more important. We're going to watch regardless. They know that. We're going to digest all of it no matter what happens. It's building a storyline. Imagine having a storyline, WrestleMania, Braun for no title, Braun Breaker, Roman Reigns. Holy shit. 6 months from now, you could build Braun Breaker and keep him going. This is the first time I'm thinking about this. So I told you guys I didn't think of anything before we started recording, and you guys are getting my juices flowing. I'm like pretend booking 8 months from now. And man, you could have a little bit of a rival with those two. And Roman's in a spot where he is a part-timer, and he's the most part-timer right now that you have. And you could, he's not, an L does not devalue Roman Reigns. He is a megastar.
Well, no.
That's what I'm saying.
You both are bringing me, now you're making me think the other way. So, but I'm going to stay pat. I'm not going to flip-flop.
You could have Bronson get a big win over, one of the guys and build Bronson, because Bronson, like, there's something with him too. Like, he's a really good part of this faction. Like, it's all about, everybody talking about Braun Breaker, but just having Bronson Reed just, feel beneath it. And just, he's part of it. He's getting tsunamis. Like, he's getting shine in certain respects in this thing, but we're not really talking about him. That's why I think they would have, if they would go, they would just have Bronson get a win to kind of build him up a little bit, because Braun's going to get his big win at some point, whether it's against Roman down the line or wherever it is. just make their faction feel bigger than just Braun and always got Bronson along with them. Have Bronson get a win and build him up that way a little bit. That's why I thought they would, if they're gonna have them win, they'd have Bronson win, just because Braun doesn't need it right now. As long as he doesn't take a pinfall, it's fine to me for where I'm at right now. But it's interesting. It's gonna be fun. I'm
I
intrigued.
like this. I love this. The first match we talk about, and I already love how we're organically tossing around different ideas. So we're off to a great start.
Oh, yeah. All right. Numero dos. We'll go Judgment Day. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez are women's tag team champions defending against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Elvis, go ahead, my friend.
Ooh, okay. Let me pull it up. Sometimes I gotta stare at it. So my thought process is it stems back even more. I haven't watched the episode yet, but the Unreal talks about how Triple H was upset at I forget names every time I'm on podcasts. That Charlotte
Tiffany
got
Stratton.
that Tiffany Stratton went off cuff and kind of dug into her personal life, and they wanted her to come back and she just got terribly booed like out the building. This is their way to like build her back up, and like everybody loves Alexa. Like even when she was with the Fiend and she was a heel. I guess they were heels, but they were really baby faces. But it's the best thing to do for Charlotte Flair if you want to make her a baby face again that you could do, because Charlotte Flair, she's never been a baby face ever. So
she has. She has. She wasn't good at it. She wasn't.
Yeah, she wasn't good. Yes. Okay. I stand corrected.
Was.
She wasn't good at it. That's what I look at is if
head.
you're not good at it, you're not a one or the other. So vice versa. So the way I look at this match is you're trying to get Charlotte Flair into, all right, let's stop booing her where she can't even speak. Because it got to the point where it's like, oh my God, you can't even do a promo. It doesn't matter. You're getting booed out the building. And then the Tiffany Stratton thing just douse gasoline on it where now nobody's rooting for her. So there's a smart way to be like, all right, we want to put her as a babyface. Let's put her up with Alexa Bliss, have the best friends. We're not best friends. They're going to win. I'll get right to the point. They're going to win. Once I seen the matchup, the reason why Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne are tag team champions because Liv Morgan's out. So it's kind of like that championship doesn't really have any weight to it. Doesn't have any long-term booking. So long story long, but I think Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss win. I think it's a feel-good moment. It'll get the fans backing both of them, and then you could write whatever you want. You could do a turn. You could do Alexa as the bad guy, turning on her like you were never really my best friend. You just still wanted the limelight. You could do a bunch of things with that. Way more interesting than the Judgment Day, sorry, having the titles, because the Judgment Day is over, meaning they're interesting. And so I don't need them to be the tag team champions for me to watch them and care about what they're doing, because they're almost in every storyline or every other storyline already. So don't mind it at all. So I have Charlotte and Alexa winning.
Got it.
Sean?
Go ahead, Sean.
Yes. So with me, when I started this, like first I'll say I have really enjoyed what Raquel's doing lately. I was not a fan of hers. I didn't really like a lot of what she did in NXT. It just, as a face, she wasn't really, it wasn't really connecting, and there wasn't a lot to kind of cling on to other than she had a good look and she was, has a good physique, obviously, and she has some badass qualities, but they weren't really showing out. I think she's really showing something in the Judgment Day and what she's done as a heel so far. So I wanted to give her props for that part. So with the women's tag titles, it just felt like they've done, nothing with them forever since they've had them. They just kind of went from back and forth, all these different teams, and it's just a hot potato, and there's no meaning to any of it. And it's been disappointing, because if you're going to have titles, you want to make them all feel important. And a lot of them, they haven't done a very good job of that. And when you go to Charlotte, which I know we talked about it going into the WrestleMania build, as you just brought up, Elvis. You brought up a lot of that, which is so true. And I kept saying, there's no way when you did these stupid vignettes and make Charlotte still have that, oh, I'm above everybody mentality, to think they're going to love her and want to cheer for her is just stupid.
Mhm.
It was just stupid from the beginning, and it pooped in her face and everybody's face. It was just bad. But I was like, okay. So I kept thinking that they can't, there's no way they can make this work at this point. Like, she is just, but I knew there were ways you could do this, but I thought has turned out to be the perfect way they could have gone about this. To have Alexa come in, who people really like. Obviously, we really like Alexa a lot. Other than the stupid Lily doll, please get rid of the Lily doll. I don't need that
Yeah.
stupid doll. Like, I don't
Not
understand what
necessary.
it even mean at this point. It didn't mean anything. It's
It
just
makes
not
too
It's
much
itself.
money, man.
I was just gonna
Wow.
say it makes
That's
makes
just
money.
tough.
That's why. That's
But-
the only reason.
But who
I know.
cares? Like, they make a lot of
Money
money
is-
anyway. What is another couple $1,000?
Money
Like,
is everything. Every dollar counts with this company now. Everything matters. Everything.
And I'm sure she loves that damn doll too. I'm sure
Yeah,
she
why not?
loves the shit
She's
out
making
of that doll.
she's
Yeah.
making royalties off it, so
Stupid
she
money
doesn't
off
want
of
it to
it.
go away.
Hell no. All she does is hold it for 2 seconds, stand
That's
at the
it.
top, and then tosses it to the side. She doesn't even walk to the ring with it.
I don't mind that. I don't mind.
No, I
yeah,
think
don't
that's
make
great.
it a
I think
thing.
it's
Yeah,
great,
don't
but
make
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the
Yeah.
beauty of it. She has to hold it for 15 seconds, and it makes stupid money off of it. Good for
I
her.
actually seen somebody, don't ask why. I was on vacation a month ago in where was I? North Florida, where you are, Central Florida, Daytona area. And I was watching WOW, the women's company.
Oh yeah,
Is it WOW, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Women of
And there's a
Wrestling,
girl on
Yeah.
there that looks like Liv Morgan, acts like Liv Morgan. She has a doll. So I was like, you're a fake, you're a cap, Liv Morgan over there. But yeah, you're right. Don't talk about the doll. Have the doll sell, but don't mention it because it's kind of
Mhm.
weird. But I don't mind if she holds it. But just let's not pretend the doll is her
like her best friend,
her
or
manager.
like she gets powers
Yeah.
from it or
Yeah,
anything.
exactly.
Yeah, no.
Don't do
Yeah.
any of that. That's just
Not at all. No.
So,
no.
so going and then so the interplay with them, the more they've done it, the more they're telling the story. Oh, we're not friends, but we're, but it does feel relatable, and it does make Charlotte feel more likable. And it's like, okay, she's trying to, oh, she's away, I'm better than you initially, but then it's like, all right, well, I just feel like the way they've brought this up has been really fun. And I was down on it. I was initially. I was like, I don't understand. This makes no sense. Why is Alexa getting with Charlotte? And then the more they've told the story, I think, like you said, they have to have Charlotte and Alexa win the tag team titles. They got to go over. You got to
Have to.
keep this story
There's
going.
no
And
way.
that's what's going to, yeah. It's going to build this story even more. And then eventually when they lose them down the line, whenever that is, hopefully not too short. I hope it's a decent reign where they get a chance to really tell that story and sink into become true
Two
friends.
popular
They will eventually
people.
become friends. They'll like
Yeah.
each other. They'll want to hang, quote unquote, hang with each other outside. And you'll learn more about who Charlotte, and it'll kind of build that again. That when she does, if she gets turned on, or whether
Yeah.
they just, because they could go their separate, like they could just lose, but they could go their separate ways. Like we've said many times, like does one have to turn on the other? No, they don't have to. They could lose the titles and just be sad and just kind of move on and do different things. And
Yeah.
Charlotte could be a babyface and already be so likable at that point. The fans do want to cheer. They do want to get behind her, give her, sink your teeth into a different story with someone else, and just kind of build on to where they're going with it. So
Since
Charlotte and Alexa
introducing
have to win.
since introducing those belts, it'll be the most over or
Yes.
/ polarizing people to
Exactly.
have the belts. So I think in the history, I can't name all the teams that have won it, but
A lot.
Charlotte Flair's a WrestleMania main eventer. Alexa Bliss is loved by fans. So it'll be the most polarizing and most over that belt has ever seen. So
Absolutely.
it's a no-brainer. I'd if it was legit odds on a betting app, I'd bet $10,000 easily.
Yeah,
well,
I mean, yeah.
I'd make sure, I'd eat ramen for a week leading up to it, but I'd make sure that I'd make sure that, but that's as easy as I'd be very, my jaw would drop if some shenanigans happened and they didn't win. That would be, I'd lose a lot of faith in, I think I just, not to sound cocky,
Right.
but I think I
No.
just outlined a lot of things the reason why they would do that. Like watching Unreal and being in the meeting, that's how I would talk if I'm in that meeting. Is this is what we want to do, and then everybody would look at me and go, "Yeah, that makes sense. Boom, let's book it."
For the story, it doesn't make any sense to have Charlotte and Alexa lose. That makes no sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to have them go over.
Right. Easy peasy. Next.
Yeah, because it's not like there's anyone else that's lined up to
Yeah.
challenge Judgment Day either. So it's not like there's another team that's hot and just waiting to take that space. So yeah, for everything you guys said, and I just think to emphasize that this is the best Charlotte has looked and been presented in maybe ever. So I'm a big fan of it. So yeah, I think we're all in alignment there. 3 for 3 there. Next up, we have Randy Orton and Jelly Roll facing off against Drew, newly back in the U.S. McIntyre, and Logan Paul. I'm going to take this one really quick. I think this one is what it is. Part of me was like, maybe they pull something out and Jelly Roll gets pinned or some bullshit by Logan. I think this is just one of those like feel good matches that's going to be in the middle of the card just to kind of get them between one match and the other. I think Jelly Roll is going to do some crazy shit either off the top rope or he's going to do like one of those Canadian Destroyer bullshits that everyone seems to be able to hit now. So I think it's going to be simple Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. And I think it's going to be maybe 10 minutes max, including maybe not including the entrances, but it's just going to be fun. I don't hate it as much as I probably should. Yeah, it is what it is. So I'm just saying the name out loud, like Jelly, and like the name Jelly Roll, like for the Canadian Destroyer, would be the perfect name of the move too, because it's like a roll, So he just hits like the Jelly Roll. So I think it sells itself. So
that might be the biggest Canadian Destroyer we've ever seen.
It might be.
Yeah,
I'm a little nervous
as far
about
as
that,
like, I mean, I know he lost a
possibly.
lot of weight, but like usually it's athletic people doing that move. That would.
I feel like
I'm
he
just
can do it,
picturing
man.
If he does it,
he can do it.
All shout out to him. If he pulls that off and
it.
makes it look clean, I will be like, okay, legit.
Right.
I can wrestle then because I'm pretty athletic naturally, and if he could do it, I could definitely do it.
I'm going. I'm going. Yes, that's my official pick.
I'll let you go first, Sean.
I've, like I said, I know we do a lot of, or I know WWE does for the big events. They do go to a lot of celebrity stuff. I mean, they do. They go to a lot of, but they want to be big time. They want to bring more money in. Obviously, Jelly Roll's a big star in the music business. I get it. And so they're like, and I was pretty like, okay, whatever. It's Jelly Roll, whatever. Who cares? And then his promos are good, guys. No matter what you want to say, his promos are good.
Bad.
That promo was really good the other night on Logan. It was really impressive. I wasn't like, I'm like totally behind.
He's a good talker. He's really good.
He did a good job.
He's comfortable. He's comfortable. Yeah. That brings a lot to it. So even if what he's saying is kind of cringe, he just makes you feel good because he's having a good time, and I think that really shows through. So even if what he's doing is like, I wouldn't say that shit, and you could tell it's kind of like, did someone tell him to say that? He owns it, man. He has his own way. He has his own swag. I fucks with him.
I think he.
Jelly wrestling.
I definitely think he watches it when he has the ability. I think he does really genuinely like WWE and would like to be a part whenever he had the opportunity. And so this is the perfect one. And I think he's taking advantage of it. And as weird as it is with Randy, because you're always, when you see Randy with a celebrity like that, you just always think in the back of your mind he's going to turn on the dude just because he's always done it in the past. Like he just did it with everyone, and he's always had that heel tendency. But we love Randy, and it's been okay them together. It's been okay. It's not great, but it's been fine. Drew, my only thing about this,
have we replaced Drew, by the way?
Huh?
That was rumored, right? Is he still in it?
I think he's I think from what Ashley said, I think he's back.
He's back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see an update on that. Sorry.
Yeah.
So,
he's good.
I think Jelly and Randy definitely win. I think Logan takes the pin here, but I do want them to do something with Logan more than they're doing, because my thought was always, if Logan's going to be in WWE more full time, let's put a rocket to him. Let's do something with him. I mean, he's
I think that rocket's coming next year. I think
Okay.
it's next
I hope
year.
so.
I
hope so. I hope so.
I think he's earned his stripes enough with everybody where next year would be ideal.
I hope so. I hope they're on a good track, and with the heel that he is right now, like do something with that. But I think
he's a most legit heel in the company.
Yeah, and so
like we all hate him. I love him, but I hate him. I love to hate him. You know.
Yes, exactly. No, he's great. He's great at what he does. And with Drew, I just want there to be a legitimate way for Drew to go, because I feel like he's just been in the lane of traffic lately. I just he's so good in what he does, and his promos are great. He's so good in the ring, and I hope next year, as much as Logan might have something, I really want something big with Drew. Whether it's whenever, well, I can't really say because we'll talk about it later. I don't want to give too much away, but I hope there's more for Drew in the future, because he's just such a big time star, and he can be a big time star. And again, I just feel bad for what happened 5 years ago, because it was what it was. But he was such a good face then, but he's been even better as a heel since he's done all this latest thing. So I think Jelly and Randy win, but I hope the heels have more coming in the near future.
Yeah, I think the saying in wrestling is like, whenever you bring on a star, they don't lose. Like,
right.
I think if we were to take the last 20 or 10, to keep it simple, cameos is what I call it. Whether it's somebody outside, it's just like they're not going to lose; they're going to win. So you could promote a win for Jelly Roll. Like, the only reason why you bring in Jelly Roll, and I respect him for losing the weight, and he is a huge fan.
Take it seriously.
He's been on Pat McAfee, so I watch Pat McAfee religiously every day, and he's been on. Promo wise, he's a guy that he goes to prisons. Which, if you don't know the story behind Jelly Roll and you don't like him, go ahead and watch one interview for 10 minutes, and you'll be like, I love this guy. This guy, he goes to prison. He's been in prison. I think he said, I watched him on Joe Rogan. He had a kid while he was in prison as a kid. Like, he was young and was in prison, locked up, had a kid, and found out through like a prison guard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, his story is incredible. Yeah. Like, in order to go to, like we said earlier about Hulk Hogan, you got to do some bad stuff to go to prison, right? For 5 years. So we all celebrate Jelly Roll. I hate to bring it back to that, but like, we celebrate who they are to make whatever.
We love a good comeback story.
Good. Exactly. Oh, we love a comeback story. And he's been a saint, doesn't do drugs anymore, doesn't drink, lost weight. He's trained, I think, with Fatu. He trained with a bunch of people. He said he lived in Orlando for the last like month, like training every day. He's been at NXT. He's been at NXT behind the scenes every Tuesday.
Cool. He made an appearance on Tuesday on the screen. Yeah.
Oh, did he? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, he's been he's not like just showing up to work and being like, all right, let's see how this goes. He's like taking it serious, and it shows like in his music how like dedicated he is. He's a great human being now, you know, in his second life, you know, like trying to make good. But cameos for WrestleMania or SummerSlams, they don't lose. So obviously I have Randy Orton. Randy Orton's a megastar, and a Hall of Famer. He's, oh my God, I have a group chat that it's Randy Orton group chat with a couple of my friends, because it's like he's the GOAT. This is another match that is just pieced together because they couldn't get it. They couldn't get Drew McIntyre with anybody else. Logan Paul, they couldn't get anybody else one-on-one. So they just, hey, you're going to still be on the card. It's a big PLE, the second biggest, and you're going to have a match. It's going to draw ratings. Who takes the pinfall? I'm thinking, Randy, Jelly Roll. You don't make Jelly Roll pin to win it. Please don't. Make Randy Orton do a couple of RKOs out of nowhere, please. But I think, I guess I'd have to agree with you, Sean. Like, Logan Paul would have to take it, because, I mean, even if Drew takes it, it's not a bad look, because Drew's a beast. He's a monster. If he was to take an RKO from Randy, I don't think less of him. So, Yeah, an RKO to Logan Paul is not bad at all. And everybody goes home happy. That's really all I have to say.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we have Tiffany Stratton, the women's champion on the SmackDown side, defending against Jade Cargill. A
Here we
very
go.
hot topic, progression wise. This match I think is getting a lot of talk because people just want to see how it's going to play out, to put it very nicely. I think it might actually surprise us, but I feel like it's going to be one of those matches that has been very, very much choreographed going into it, which it's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, you look back on some of the best matches in history, they had a lot of planning going into it, so it is what it is. And if that's what it takes, okay, you know, not everyone can call it in the ring, or everyone has their different styles, you know, so it is what it is. I don't think this one is going to be as shitty as a lot of people do. I don't think it's going to be a Mac classic, but I think this is a should have get off the pot moment for Jade. I think if she doesn't pull through here, I don't think they're going to fire her or anything dramatic, but I don't think she's going to get the shine that she has had, and maybe the attention that they've put into her, I think, will maybe be shifted, or maybe just downplayed. But I think this is a real moment for her. And again, I'm not as down on her as some people are, but I do understand the critique. I would have expected her maybe to be positioned differently, but to be fair too, she hasn't had that many singles matches. She has been locked up in the tag team for the majority of her run so far, and I think while that is good because it maybe masks some of your weaknesses, but it also prevents you from really getting more development and more just throwing you in the fire type shit. So I think this is like I said, a big moment for her, and I think she gets the W. I think they're just gonna just go balls to the wall and be like, fuck it, you know, like we're gonna pull the trigger, and you had her win Queen of the Ring for a reason, so I say go for it. And if not, then if you're not gonna pull the trigger now, then when are you going to? Because now Naomi's moved over. What is she gonna do? And I feel like if you don't make her the champion now, like I said, what are you gonna do with her? Bianca's not able to wrestle right now, so I think put the title, and not just the women's title, but the WWE Championship in the past, on wrestlers much less deserving and much less talented. So I think, fuck it, you put her in the fire. She could be one of those that you just give her the ball and she runs with it and slam dunks it, or she runs it out of bounds. You know, you don't know until you try. So go for it. That's where I'm at with it.
Ash, I have not thought about this match since you probably nailed every point that I either would have made, or you made me think of so many things, because I haven't thought about the match at all because it's been it's been very irrelevant in my head. But now, as a pretend kayfabe long story booker, as myself, that I like to do, you outlined a lot of points where it's like, does triple, all right, if you're wrestling historians, you make a mistake in wrestling, intentionally or unintentionally, you have to suffer a consequence, because it shows the rest of the roster you can't have that happen, right? Triple H did it, right, with the with Razor Diesel going up, and he was supposed to win. For those that don't know, a little history, when they did the shout out at MSG, he was supposed to win the Stone Cold King of the Ring, and Vince McMahon didn't let him win, and he paid that year. Obviously, he became who he is because of that, probably. But Tiffany Stratton calling out Charlotte publicly and doing all that, the company didn't like that. And that's not going to go away until a consequence is paid, a receipt is paid. So thinking about it now, the receipt is going to pay off. You're right. I think Tiffany is paid a consequence to her actions. She loses the belt. Put it on. Now I'm forgetting names. Damn. Jade, sorry. Put it on Jade. You have to do it at one point. You're right. Like, figure it out. You have this superstar. She's built in a lab physically. Like,
she doesn't have to hold it for a year. Like, if she sucks, take it off of her in a month.
Exactly. No,
okay.
that's the one point that's the first point that you made that I was like, you're right. Sink or swim. Figure it out right now.
Yeah.
So, and then also the sink or swim aspect, I love. Figure it out. Give her the belt. And then even more reason, you could time it out where when it starts going not good, just have Naomi cash in. Boom, done.
Naomi cashed in.
Oh, yeah, she did cash in.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing.
Damn, I wish she didn't cash in then.
That's
because that would have been perfect. Damn.
Apparently, that was because of the whole live thing. The whole live.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, all right. All right, scrap that. Pretend I never said it. Even more so, give her the title, and then you could still have an angle with Bianca. You know, WWE loves Bianca, so like you could still have a feud with a couple other people. But yeah, let's figure out if Jade can hold a title for 2 months. Let's see, Survivor Series or Royal Rumble. Let's see if she can hold it and what she's looked at. Like in AEW, I watched her whole reign in AEW. She looked powerful. Put somebody with her, put a little henchman or whatever. Hopefully, like AEW. I said I wasn't going to mention it, but I am anyway. In AEW, they had a couple girls shaking their booties every time that she walked out.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Remember that?
Oh gosh, I forgot about
that.
Yeah,
that was terrible. That was terrible. But like, you could have her with one other person to like maybe take the L's for her or whatever it is. But yeah, let's put it on Jade. Let's see what happens. I think Tiffany, I don't care what happened with like behind the scenes. I love looking at Tiffany. I don't think that needs to even be said. I think everybody would agree with me. And she's not going to lose anything by taking the L, losing the belt, and then building up building herself up again. Let Jade win it. Let's see what we got. And then we reevaluate in a couple months. So my prediction is Jade wins. And I never thought about it before you started talking. Let Jade win. And let's see what we got. Go ahead, Sean.
For me, it's been interesting. I think I just what you were saying, this match is very relevant because both characters are on the line in a lot of ways in this match, to be perfectly honest with you, because there hasn't been a lot of build to this match, which has sucked. Tiffany, this is a big match for Tiffany because, I mean, her character is a face is just bad. It's not good. It's not good. I don't want to see her win. There's no reason for me to want to see her win. She thinks she's better, really good, but I mean, doesn't make me want to see you win. It just makes me want to, I like I said, I can look at you and that's it. That's really what it is. And so when I was on Wade's show, I brought up the fact that I was going to initially, my thought was have Tiffany win, not because I've been a Jade defender. I'm one of I guess actually you and I are the only ones that defend her at all. Everybody's like, oh, she's horrible in the ring. She's way too slow at this point. Why has she not figured this out? And I'm not saying it's not valid. There's not validity to it. It's just that some get to come around slower than others. Some, it just takes a little more time. And Jade, I think it's just taking more time. She has that bigger than life persona, but in a way where I do feel like during some of the Naomi feud, and I wouldn't want Naomi to cash in anyway, because I just feel like they've been around each other for too long. It just, to me, it wouldn't have done any good anyway, because I've just seen it a lot now. But I think with Jade, put the title on her and let her show, again, be bigger than life, be a badass. I'm not saying, people think when I say you have to be vulnerable, doesn't mean I think you have to be like, oh, woe is me, like, look at me, I'm the champion. Like, I just want to be like, let us in, give us layers to your character, who you are, more about what you're doing as champion, who you want to be as champion, but still do it in a badass way. And then build to where, again, you just said earlier, Bianca, that's going to be, I think, next year's WrestleMania match, whether they had a title or not. That's what they're building to. I think it's going to be this will help Jade. Now, again, it could backfire, and like you said, if it's doing poorly, just get it off of her and move on to someone else. But I think Jade does need to win because I think this is a moment where she can develop her character and really show what she's made of. And I think some of her matches have been better than people give them credit for. And I
Yeah.
think that this is going to be a good match. I really do. And I think this could really help Jade moving forward, putting the title on her. So, yeah, I'm with you guys. I would have Jade win now, for sure.
Right on. 3 for 3. Next up, we have Sami Zayn facing off against Karrion Kross. Again, I'll take this one really quick. Everyone knows my love for Karrion Kross. I have been one of the only people on this little rowboat out here just trucking along for Karrion. So I'm going to stay on it. I think he wins here. I think it's time. Sami Zayn, correct me if I'm wrong, won when they fought in Saudi Arabia, last 2 months ago, last month, whenever they were there.
Yeah.
They have so many shows, whenever it was.
And then Kross
Pretty
won
certain
the last
pretty certain Sami won there. I just think with this story, I did hear someone mention, gosh, I don't remember who it was. I forget who it was, but they made a good point for Sami winning because they compared it to, and one of my favorite, again, one of those, art human type things, but Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black. If you remember back
Velveteen
in,
Dream.
yeah, if you remember back in NXT, their feud was all about Velveteen wanting Aleister just to say his name. Aleister ended up winning, but he said his name, and that's all Velveteen Dream won. It was just because at that time, Aleister Black was pretty much like a mute, didn't say shit. So that was the whole concept of it. I think that's what I think it was, maybe Saw Monster that I was listening to, but that was, I think, the point that he was making, or someone was making, that Sami could still win here, but he acknowledges Karrion, or that he cheats to win, pretty much like he feeds into the dark side that Karrion has been like egging him on to do. And I don't know. I don't see Sami turning right now, but we were speaking earlier in regards to if there's going to be a third man to fill in for Rollins, if he is going to be out, maybe it could be Sami. Maybe if it's not Karrion, maybe it excuse me, maybe it is Sami. He does feed into the darkness, and that propels him over to take over the group that's unnamed for X amount of time, and then that still sets up a nice feud with Rollins coming back, and then you can go from there. I don't think that's gonna happen though. I think Karrion Kross is gonna get the victory here. I think he's gonna do some shiesty shit to win, which he should. But I think you need to, kind of like what I was saying with Jade, if you're gonna do something with Kross, do it now. Give him a big win. It would be a big win for him, obviously, like against Sami Zayn. Sami does not lose anything if he takes the loss here. If anything, I think it actually adds to his story right now, how conflicted he is, how lost he is. He doesn't know what to do. Maybe Karrion is right. He won, so maybe, all just speculation. So I think it's a lot of wins here for Karrion in different aspects. So I go for Karrion winning here, and if not, then they just need to stop pushing him as much as they are, even though, some people may not think they're pushing him heavy at all, or they should be pushing him stronger. I say, I guess pretty much said with Jade, straight or get off the pot with him, make him, give him the W here. Not saying he needs to be the next World Heavyweight Champion or fighting for that or any title for right now. Just have him continue what he's doing and delve into that a little bit more. So I see Kross getting the victory here, and then we continue the downward spiral for Sami. And I will say, every time I think of Sami possibly spiraling down a hole, I want those tapes. You remember the Sami files back in, what was it, 2020, when there was the pandemic, and he was going back, he was like behind the scenes, like recording all this shit, and there was a conspiracy theory, like all this shit. They need to release that shit, man. Release it on the network. So, or
I
on
thought
the
they were
WWE
gonna
Vault.
do it for the longest time.
Yeah,
and they never
I thought
did.
so too. They never did. So he said in an interview somewhere that he thought the same thing. Like, it was just, it was a matter of time, and then it just fell off the table. But yeah, I'm going with Kross. What say you guys?
Sean, you go first on this one.
So I think Kross's character, it has gotten better. The social media, the little bit I've seen, has been fun. I'm just not a fan person, not trying to bash on Ashley. Like I'm just not a fan of him. Like he doesn't do a lot for me personally. I just don't get enthused by a lot of what he's doing. I mean, I think what he's done with Sammy has been the best stuff he's done. But to me, I guess that was a lower bar. I just haven't enjoyed a lot of stuff. So for me, it's like it's been okay. I've been liking the interplay with him and Sammy though. It's been fine. It's building. With me initially, I had some thoughts in my mind of, well, they're going to build this underdog story to maybe Sammy eventually going to Saudi Arabia and winning the Rumble, right? Like, oh, that's a big thing for Sammy. It's kind of near where he's from, his heritage, like not his, but like close to where he's from, and so he could win at the Rumble. But I think they're building ultimately to Sammy turning heel. I do think that's where they're going. I think that's where they need to go. I think that's where the story has to go because we've already seen the big babyface run for Sammy, the build up. I know he didn't beat Roman in the end, but that was kind of the build. If they were going to do it, it would have been there in that moment, and they didn't do it, and for good reason. You had something really great with Cody, and I think they capitalized on it, and they should have. But Sammy, I think the ultimate heel run for him in a different way. That heel run he had, the conspiracy was very fun. It was very cool in that time stamp that we were in and the times we were living in. But this heel turn from Sammy could just be epic stuff. It could just be epic stuff. And I'm all for it. If they continue to tell this story with him, I'd have Cross win. Again, I'm not, I don't think Cross should be a main event guy. He's not to that level, and nor should he. But this is a good win for him to get and build to whatever they're doing with Sammy and just be an outlet for that. I'm all for it. I think Cross will get the win here, and we'll see what they do with Sammy going forward.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about this one other than I haven't thought about Sammy turning heel. He's such a good, I guess, character and promo where I would need a premise to why he turned heel. Like, I don't want to hear, like, I'm just fed up and I just want to, like, what were you going to say?
No, I was agreeing with you.
Sean,
Yeah,
no, Sean.
No, I think I was in my head. I was like thinking as you're saying this. I was thinking about.
Oh, okay.
No, I think what you're saying is right because I think he's
like. What would be the premise of him turning heel? Is I'm trying to imagine because he's a great promo. He could deliver on anything and everything. But like, what would be the reason why he just snaps? What would be?
I'm assuming it's just related to all the stuff when him and Seth had those great promos. I think it's just going to be related all into the story with him and.
Okay.
He didn't think he was maybe good. And then I think they're going to build it with all that, him wanting to join or saying, if you're not with me, you're against me. They're going to lean something on that. I don't know exactly what they'll go, but there's something in that way.
I have to interrupt you guys. There actually is a stipulation. Shout out to Lord of Dogtown. So according to Wikipedia, I looked it up really quick. There is a stipulation. Yeah, according to Wikipedia. So if I'm wrong, it's not me. Because no one's ever wrong, right? If Cross wins, Zayn has to say the words "Cross was right."
Oh,
you're right. Okay.
Yeah. But if Zayn wins, Cross must say I was wrong.
All right. So that dives into.
So that plays into what's
okay. So
that makes more sense. So shout out to Lord Dogtown. Now, if Wikipedia is right.
Yeah, no, I remember that being in a promo, which at least there's something that you could go off with. I don't love the stipulation. It could have been something more creative, but at least there's something that you could go off of.
I think they'll build it.
Yeah. I love Sammy. He's he's one of the best wrestlers like in the ring that you could ever watch. I don't even mean like moves wise. I mean emotion in the ring. Like Sammy emotion in the ring is one of the best I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Like getting fired up, believability, working, selling, like unbelievable. So there's nothing I would say that he can't do. Now I just need something to believe that, this is why he turned into a piece of shit and I don't want to root for him anymore. I don't see it right now, but hey, WWE, work your magic. Let's see what you could do. And I believe in him. If anybody could make me go from not believing to believing, it's Sami Zayn for sure.
I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would think, let's see. Yeah. So if we're talking heel turn for Sammy, he would have to win and make it ugly, right? He'd have to win by like being a scumbag, because him winning and then being a scumbag after doesn't work. That is not a real heel turn, in my opinion. Cross, I feel like if Cross wins, then he could go, like I talked about earlier, to the persona of Killer Cross, right? Just annihilate Sammy. Let's say the heel turn doesn't work with Sammy, and that's never a thought. If you want to make Cross a true heel, he just goes ballistic, like unchained psychopath, like I talked about. And now he's on Monday Night Raw or whenever they perform. Who knows when these guys come out? But now he's Killer Cross, and that's his persona, and he has a problem with everybody. Why does he have a problem with everybody? Because that's the way he woke up today. He woke up today and he said, I got a problem with you. I would love that. Like, I'm telling you, I love unhinged heels. I love people that it's like, why are they fighting? This guy's a crazy person and he wants to fight everybody. That's why he's fighting. Like Stone Cold, same way. Like, bad example, good example. Stone Cold just wanted to have a fight every single day. Like, that's why. That's why he's fighting him. Why did Stone Cold have a problem with him? I don't know. He didn't drink beer that day and he's upset and he needs to win and then crack a beer. Like, that's what I want Killian Cross to be. I want him to be Killer Cross and just annihilate people. Like, he's got the physique. His wife is good to look at. In wrestling, that's wrestling 101. Give me a guy that looks physique-wise good. He could do a promo. He's shown it. He done work promos and shoot promos, and I'll look him both. And then give me a manager on the side that I can look at every once in a while. Boom. Hello. We got a winner. Like, come on, dude. Like, it's not that I don't understand how Vince McMahon didn't understand this. Like, you got a psychopath looking guy and you got a beautiful wife. Figure that out. Like, come on. Like, you have everything. Just
you would think he of all people would see that.
And you know why he messed it up? Because Vince McMahon never kept things simple.
Yeah.
He always tried to be overly creative. Let me spice it up by giving him this look. Let me have him under this name. It's like, dude, if a guy looks psychotic and he's like, at that time he was a skinhead, perfect. He looks, if you have no head, like if you're not balding and you have a skinhead, you look psychotic as a white dude. I'm just saying. You look naturally crazy. That's what people look at. He's grown out his hair, doesn't make him less psychotic, but I prefer him to have a skinhead. He looks like an absolute beast. Make him an absolute beast. Make him unhinged, a psychopath. So that's I think Sammy stays a babyface. Karrion Kross, I think, should evolve into not a main eventer, but right before that, like a U.S. title, Intercontinental, whatever you want to call it. I think he should be right there if you book him right.
All right.
So I have Karrion Kross.
All right. 3 for 3 again.
Look at us.
Now, the main event of night 1, Gunther facing.
Can I say one thing? Where's the ladder match?
It's on night 2.
That night
is it? So maybe they didn't update it on the image that I was looking at because I was like confused. I was like, wait, isn't there a TL? Yeah, there?
It's on night 2.
What is it? No, it's a tag team. No, wait, where's the tag team that they announced last week?
Which one?
With Wyatt 6. Didn't they say that?
Yeah, that's the TLC.
They're in the 6-way. They're in the six tag team TLC.
And that's on night 2. So the graphic I have didn't show that.
Anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, the graphic I have doesn't have that. So I was like, where is it?
Oh wow.
Where is that match? Okay, cool.
Sorry. Yeah. No, it's all good. Yeah, I think that was just a recent addition, so
yeah.
They probably didn't update it. And I know there's been a couple of different graphics that are floating around, which just had it wasn't like an official order, it was just like random matches until they released the lineup last week, I think, or within this past week. But yes, for night 1, we have the main event. Gunther, your champion, your heavyweight champion, defending against CM Punk, my guy. This one is kind of short and sweet for me. I feel like Gunther, I just don't feel like it's CM Punk's time. I guess long story short right now. I feel like Punk is one of those guys where they call it like boo-boo face. Like he knows like going into it, you can kind of read him and see how he's feeling about the match. And I think the first promo really just set the stage for me. Like, because when Punk tells you that he can't guarantee a victory, but he's gonna try his best, that fucking tells you right there he's not gonna win the match.
That's
You know what I
weird.
mean?
That's weird.
Yeah. So, and then of course last week or this past week he came out and it was much better. But this just doesn't feel like his time. And to be honest, like stemming back to the Rumble, I was kind of in the camp where I didn't even want him to have an official championship match until it was the match and he was gonna win. But it is what it is. You know, shit happens, and you know, I understand it's SummerSlam. You need a big marquee match with it being 2 nights. If this was just all on one night, I don't think we'd be getting a match like this necessarily. But I don't see him winning. I was debating too, because if Rollins is going to come back and he doesn't get involved, if like he doesn't cash in, if he doesn't get involved in the Cena and Rollins match, I could see him interfering in this match to cost Punk, because that has been the one thing that Rollins has been thriving off of since Punk has been back, that he despises Punk and he is going to do everything that he can in his power, sorry Frida, to make sure that he does not win the championship. So
can I cut you off for 1 second?
Yeah,
I thought of Kevin Nash, the meme of him pulling off in a wheelchair. You know the meme of him pulling off the wheelchair and him just being like, surprise. That would be, I'm sorry. That's what came to mind.
Yeah, I can see it, man. I something in me, man. I just feel like this whole Rollins thing, if it is a work or whatever, it is, but it's not related to him cashing in the briefcase right now. It's to him screwing Punk and continuing that.
He said, as long as I live, I will never allow you to become world champion.
Exactly.
So
and
there's no reason. They said that in a promo for a reason.
Mm-hmm. And did he necessarily need to fake getting injured to disappear and to go to the that measure? No, but are we supposed to be expecting Rollins this weekend? No, technically, no. We're not supposed to. We're supposed to truly believe that he's in Illinois or Iowa, wherever he lives.
Yeah,
injured. Iowa. Yeah. So I don't know. I think we're getting a retention here by Gunther. I don't know who's up next for Gunther. I'm not really concerned about that, but yeah, I just think the story is on Punk losing and just not being able to get the big W right now. And I don't think he should. I maybe next year, depending on the lay of the land and the direction, what they're going to do with Cody. You know, I think once this year is over and once Cena leaves, it's going to release the pressure and like the glove of a lot of different storylines indirectly. So that's where I'm at with him.
I'll go first, Sean, because I'm going to keep it quick. I don't feel like it's right if Punk was going to win the title. It doesn't feel like it. This one, it doesn't feel right. Like I'm picturing myself 48 hours from now. I watch Punk 1, 2, 3 and go, oh, good for him. But was it a moment? No, it wasn't built up. They don't have animosity. There's no, it just doesn't feel like, because the first time that Punk wins the title back in WWE has to be like, not like Cody Rhodes, finish the story, but it's got to be close to that. Like Cody Rhodes finished the story, CM Punk first title back is almost on the same level. And I don't feel like this match is that. I don't care where he wins the title because he's going to win the title. It'll be silly if he doesn't, if he's here for 3-4 years and just doesn't win a world title. I don't care if he does it at a Monday Night Raw on Netflix. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't feel right with this matchup.
Right.
Gunther wins. I think it's going to be a hard fought. I think
it's going to be a physical
this might
match.
be, I think this might be the best CM Punk match quality-wise that we've seen since he's come back to WWE. Like
straight up singles match.
I think
For
he's
sure.
gonna be. I think he's gonna be so exhausted from the work he's put in during the match and Gunther's put him through that he's gonna need like help, not injury wise, just like
No,
he's gonna
just
be exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't see it being Punk's. If he won, it'd be empty. It'd just be like now we're just giving you the title, and that doesn't make sense. So long story short, I think Gunther wins. And then we find maybe the next 3 to 6 months a time for CM Punk, maybe at WrestleMania, to figure out how we could get him a title. Go ahead, John. Oh,
Yeah,
cutie.
Few quick things. I worry about. We were talking about if Seth did come back, let's say, and interferes. I don't want that in a sense of I don't know how much interference we're going to get in a lot of these matches, and I'm a little worried about that because I think WWE leans on that way too much. Even if it tells a story, I know some of them tell a really good story, and that's like the plan of some of these things. But I don't want a lot of interference in a lot of these matches. I hope there's not a lot, and I don't want that unless there's a really, really compelling get the Seth Punk thing going. I think with Gunther. He's just such a badass heel, man. I love Gunther. He's still one of my favorite characters out there. I enjoy what he does. I enjoy him putting people down, but in such an awesome, badass way, in a cool way. Even though you don't want to cheer them, but you're still like, man, that was so good. Even though I still hate you, but in a fun way, in a good way. And I just love, like you said, there's been no build to this. If Punk wins, it sure the heck isn't going to be this way. It would be really stupid to do that. It wouldn't make any sense. Gunther, and I think if Punk wins, he is winning the main title, not the World Heavyweight title. So I have Gunther winning. But I'm really curious to see where they go with both guys. Gunther hopefully has some good challengers, and I don't want him to. He's not lost in the shuffle, but I don't want him to feel like, oh, he's got a World Heavyweight Championship. He's kind of lost in the shuffle. I want them to have good feuds built up for him. I don't know who it is right now, but I want them to have a plan for Gunther. And no matter who he loses to, I want him to eventually lose to someone. I mean, that you're going to build up, but I hope it's a good story leading into that. But Punk does not win this title.
I figured it out now that you're talking. CM Punk beating John Cena at the end of the year is the only. Oh my God, I'm like crying, like in my body. CM Punk beats John Cena in his last match in Boston, right? Because they already have it planned out. Like, that's it. Yeah, is that not it?
I can't
like, that's
do that.
it.
I can't go with that. No, I can't.
No?
I wish. I wish.
Way,
no,
in
it
what
would
way
be cool.
can't you do it?
Cool.
In what way? Who would beat John? Let John Cena beat
We're not
Cody.
There yet. We're gonna head. We're not there yet.
Come on. That would be so. Dude, I made my wife every night for 6 straight months, every Saturday night when we go to hang out and we're drunk, 2 a.m. Me and my wife have remembered the pipe bomb verbatim because I showed her that. Like, we recite it every once in a while. That is monumental in my household where that needs to happen. CM Punk, John Cena, end of the year. I don't care if it's on a Raw. I don't care. Netflix, let it be. Doesn't matter. Let that be how John Cena goes away and CM Punk carries the title into Royal Rumble and or WrestleMania. Let's fucking go.
I wish, man. I wish. That would be beautiful.
It would be so beautiful. How
it would.
Ashley, I know you would cry.
I would, but
that would be amazing.
I don't
Sean doesn't like it. Sean's not with that.
Well, I have other things, but I don't want to tip my hand like what I'm thinking, so I don't want to really give it too much away.
Well, tip your hand. We're on a podcast. This is the time to tip your hand.
No, okay, so well, if we're going, well, I don't want because the main event's the of night 2 is where it's at, but I think ultimately I think Punk's going to turn heel sooner rather than later, and that's what I want. I want Punk to turn heel. As good of a face as he is,
I like Steve Austin heel, where he's still going to be loved, but he's still going to be a bad guy.
Oh right? Yeah. That's ultimately what he's got to be. I think that's ultimately where his best months are going to be spent as a cool heel.
A cool heel. Yep.
A face just doesn't. It's been fine.
He's been kissing babies for the last few months. he's signing autographs, kissing babies, telling everybody I love you.
Yeah.
Like, all right, that's I like that CM Punk, but like, come on, dude. Like, slap somebody
He's
in the
gonna
face
try his
randomly.
best.
Yeah,
the bigger
slap
money is in
somebody the
him as
face.
a heel. Yeah.
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 All right, John. I respect it. I love it.
Thank you.
All right, so that was 2 for Gunther. Who was your pick, Sean? Was your pick Gunther as well?
Yeah, I got Gunther.
Okay,
I got Gunther.
All right, cool. All right, so night 2 officially starts off. I am assuming it's going to be the women's triple threat. If not that, then maybe the ladder match, the TLC match. But I feel like that would be. But I feel like that could be a good like midway point to kind of keep the excitement going, get people through the hump. So I'm kind of debating, like going back and forth on that one. So I'm going to start with the women's triple threat match, though. Of course, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky put on a fantastic match at Evolution. They want to try to capture that spark and include Naomi here. This one's kind of short and sweet for me. I say Naomi's going to retain. I don't think they are going to have her cash in so soon, or I'm sorry, to cash in and then lose so soon. And I think it's still going to be the continuous story of Rhea and Io just beat the shit out of each other, put on a fantastic showing. Naomi ruins it, steals that victory, steals that moment from them. Rhea still cannot beat Io technically, so that continues on. Naomi is that chicken shit piece of shit heel, retaining her championship. So I think it's a win-win, and I think you really need to do something strong for Naomi. I'm not saying go out there and have her. Yeah, I'm not saying have her go out there and be dominant and fucking run laps around the Rhea and Io and make it unbelievable, but I think it's gonna be solid. So Naomi retains here. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a great match. We do have the Cardi B factor of it all. I don't know if you guys have seen on X, Twitter. She has been yapping it up with Naomi at one point, pretty much all the women. So I don't know if she is going to get involved in a match, but if she was, I would think maybe this, because like I said, she was like chirping back and forth with Naomi on Twitter. So we'll see. Not really pressed about that though, but yeah, my pick is Naomi, and I think it's gonna be a fun match.
Go ahead, Sean.
One thing I do not, I'll say up front, the one thing I'm really, I understand why they're doing it. I just get so frustrated with triple threat championship matches. I'm just so frustrated with it. I'm so done with it. I want them to freaking learn how to book a good feud between two awesome
lazy
badass
booking,
women,
as Jim Cornette would say.
Yeah, because you know why they're doing this. Because number one, Naomi's not as good in the ring, and so they want to have these two awesome workers in there with her to make it a great match. I get it. Oh, Naomi's got beef with both of them because she cashed in on them. Like, I understand the story built in. It's a lazy, like I said, it's a crutch. It's a lazy crutch they go to when they have these three together. Well, they got beef with them, and they got a beef with this because of that. Well, I'm just going to put them all together and put them in a match, and it's freaking stupid. We got to get past this triple threat championship match nonsense. Only once a year, when it really makes sense, do it. If not, stop doing it all together, because it just doesn't. It doesn't really help anybody. So my ultimate goal is, yes, Naomi just got the title. She just cashed in. There's no sense to take it off of her now. You're not going to put a title on somebody in a triple threat match. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't help anybody. Just have Naomi win. Now, what I've liked about the last month with Rhea and Io is they told the story, and they're still telling it, that Rhea hasn't been able to beat Io in a singles match. I just don't. I'm worried where they go with Rhea, because Rhea is such a daggum star. She needs to eventually win the title back at some point, but I don't know where that is. I can't see right now in the upcoming months like where that's going to be, because she doesn't feel like her and Naomi just doesn't. I mean, they're just kind of there because she was in the match and she interfered in the match, but there's no real beef between them other than that. And so I hope there's something they're sinking their teeth into with Rhea, because they got to do something. And Io, I feel like, just kind of, as good as she is and as much as I like her, she just kind of feels like she's there. She has really good matches, but they don't really tell good stories with her either, and it's been disappointing. So I got Naomi winning, and I hope they have a logical thing going forward with all three of them.
Mm.
All right.
So I will say that, what was it, WrestleMania that they had Io, Bianca,
And Rhea.
that I think, did I text it to you guys? I was like, that was one of the best.
Oh, it's probably
Like,
the best triple threat match ever. It probably was, other than like
and
some of the men, some of the good men's ones. But
I will say I was with a buddy watching it, and I was under the influence of alcohol, but that still doesn't make me not objective to what it was. Like, I just like, that's what wrestling is. It, whatever at the end of the match, whatever you feel, or obviously during, but once the whoever wins and you go, holy shit, that was amazing. And that's what I felt. And I text you guys, and I was just like, that was one of the best quality, not just three-way matches, not just women's. I'm sorry. That was three-way, because you're right. Three-way matches sometimes are a lot of like bullshit going on, interference, like somebody's coming in, and like I said, Jim Cornette says lazy booking, because you could just do a three-way and then no DQ, and then you could have somebody.
What does that sense does that make?
I don't understand the three-way no DQ.
Disqualify the person who fucked up.
What about a three-way makes it? You should have three-way. Maybe make a three-way stipulation where there's no DQ to make it be like, because these three people are like crazy and they're going to do crazy shit. But like, let's not book every three-way as no DQ. I don't like that. But anyway, that was a pure three-way match that I've ever seen. And it was electric. And when it ended, I think I immediately text you guys like, that was the best thing I've ever seen. I think that's going to probably hold up here, because Naomi is a more seasoned veteran than Bianca, and she could do very similar things that Bianca could do. So basically, it's the same three-way match, in my opinion. And
she's not as good as Bianca, but she's good, but not as good as Bianca.
Yeah, Bianca's the strength and everything she could do, picking up people is different. But I mean, as a more of like a ring general, and Naomi knows what she's doing. She could figure it out on command. But Io Sky is, I love Io Sky.
That too.
Oh my God. I just love her. I think she's like a great performer. She is one of the only female Japanese wrestlers over AEW and WWE that I've seen that I gravitate towards every single time.
I'm with you.
Whether it's personality and in ring. And then Rhea Ripley, we don't have to say anything about her. She's just like lab created wrestler. She's the best women's wrestler of all time, in my opinion. I think it's gonna be great. Who I have winning? Naomi, new champion. I'm talking it in my head in live time. Why do you give her the cash in just to lose it?
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to give a big moment to someone in a triple threat.
That doesn't make sense to lose in 30 days, right? So you could have a great match, and then you could still, with a three-way match, you could have a lot of matchups for next time. So you could have a one-on-one with Rhea, you could have one-on-one with Io. So I'm going to say Naomi wins it. Hopefully no shenanigans happen outside the ring, because that'll ruin it. Women's matches need quality right now more than ever to keep raising the rank of women's matches.
And story.
I never thought I'd ever say that. I never thought I'd say that in my life. Rooting for a women's match. Not to be rude or disrespectful, but like it's a lesser some at times. It's pretty ugly. But these three women, they know what they're doing. They're seasoned vets, and I expect this match probably to be one of the best on the cards, including both days. Like probably top 2, top 1, or number 1 across the board. So Naomi wins, and then now you could set a feud for Rhea to win it back. God bless her, on her shoulder. She hasn't got repaired yet. she has that bulge on Unreal that she showed that she needs surgery eventually. She's waiting for the right time to go out for months. I guess maybe when she's nursing another injury, that's when she'll get it done. But like she elected not to get the surgery and she needs it. She's just young and her body could deal with it. But eventually Rhea needs a belt back. But right now, I think you could still milk it. So Naomi wins. And then we could have another couple matches, Naomi versus Io or Rhea Ripley for sure.
Well, and then next up we have at Clash in Paris, Stephanie Vaquer is the next challenger. So I think people are shitting on that match. I think that'll be fantastic. Oh yeah, she's amazing.
Oh
she's something else.
Another big star.
Everybody loves Stephanie Vaquer. Oh my god, she's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, next up,
and also even not speaking English, she still does a better promo.
She's
than,
fantastic.
Half the roster.
Yeah,
like
she just has that
presence.
presence.
She's amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
Unreal. Sky's the limit for her. She's just gonna. She's probably gonna. She's like the next Rhea.
Oh,
you
yes,
know?
I agree.
But moving on to the next match, we have Dominik Mysterio facing off and defending the Intercontinental Championship against AJ Styles. I don't have too much to say on this one. My guy Mysterio, I love him. He's fantastic. I see him doing some just fucked up shit here to retain the championship. So yeah, I think it's just gonna be one of those matches. It's fun. I think it's gonna be a pretty good showing for Dominik. I think this is gonna be one of the maybe not few opponents, but one of those rare opponents that is just so fluid in the ring in AJ Styles that Dominik can go out there and really showcase what he has, because Dominik's good in the ring, but really learn and just put together a good wrestling match. So that's what I'm hoping we get from this. I do expect, like I said, Dominik to cheat to retain the championship because he should. That's who he is. But I think this is going to be a low-key, like, surprising match. I'm hoping. And I hope they get time. I hope they get at least like 10-15 minutes on it. So I see Dominik retaining here. AJ doesn't need the Intercontinental Championship. I think it's funny what they've been doing backstage. People are saying it's disrespectful. How do you go from being people are like, how do you go from being the man, and having like the Slammiversary pay-per-view like almost built around you, and then being backstage as a janitor or some shit.
No, it's funny.
I'm like, that's not the story. Like, it works. Just saying shit to say shit.
Yeah, it works. For sure.
So I love it. It's all about the story with it. So Dominik retains here. It's just gonna be a fun match for me. What about you guys?
Go ahead, Sean.
So I think, just real, I won't go too long either because this is not, but number one, the Judgment Day being as relevant as they are for this long, clap to them. Props to you guys.
100%.
I never thought that would last for that long. And
I agree. I thought they were
done
dead.
By 6 months.
Edge started the Judgment Day, guys.
Yeah,
and think of how
is
much has changed.
The fact that they've gone on this long is incredible. So,
well, thank God it made Rhea a bigger star than she already was, and it elevated everybody else because Damian Priest has been elevated to me a lot because of that. Yeah. It's really helped him. But the AJ Dom, one person I heard, I won't say his name because I really like him a lot. He crapped all over the AJ and Dom stuff, and I've loved every bit of it. I think it's been awesome. Like the whole thing, Dom's not clear.
But we like to talk shit here. Say the name, Sean. Say the name.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to call people out. I can't do that.
Say the name.
They will, but I do care about them. They were, and I love it because Dom, quote unquote, I'm not cleared. I'm not, and Pierce is just driving him nuts. Like you're gonna go to the doctor. You're gonna get cleared. AJ just doing stuff to get under his skin. It's great.
It's great.
It's great. It's so good.
Yeah, and so I've just loved everything about it. And AJ, like I said, in the ring as a general, like he's gonna lose this match, but he's gonna make Dom look a lot better than he might have in some other matches against other people. Dom's gonna, like you said, he's such. Oh man, when he eventually, it should be down the line away and away, but when he turns face, oh my god, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so good.
The reaction he got at WrestleMania shows you how monumental it's gonna be. Like
it's gonna be.
He's the future. People talk about Braun Breaker and Bronson Reeds and all them and Jacob Fatu. they're your givens, but people sleep on Dominik, and
Would you have thought that 3 years ago? Like, no,
I thought he
way.
was this little piece of shit coming in and using his father's
That's what
name.
I mean. Like,
Yeah.
So look at
you,
like this
if
chubby
you would've
little
said
face
those-
dude. No,
if you would have said those words 3 years ago, let's call it, I would have been like, you're out of bounds. Like, there's no
You're
way.
crazy.
Like this piece of, like you said, piece of shit. Like Karen is, and then this character, like even in his like social media, because I started following him now.
Me too.
He lives the business.
Oh,
like
yeah.
even to like
He's got to deal with
fan
Wingstop.
autographs. Oh, you
it's
see the
amazing.
commercial?
It's
the
amazing.
Wingstop commercial.
Good for him.
It's so
That's how you
good.
go. You build your brand, dude.
Bro, he's a
Yeah.
natural. And what is he? 26 years old? Like he's
Oh,
young.
something like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
When you have a dad like that to learn from, it definitely helps. It helps a lot.
And it's funny
so-
how both of them are different. Obviously, like first
Oh,
generation,
yeah.
second generation, the English and all that. But like, oh my God, Dom's taking it over.
But it's been fun. This feud, as little as it's been, they've made it really interesting, really fun. It's made me crack up every time. I think Dom's obviously going to cheat to win. He should. It's what they're doing with it. And AJ, I thought AJ had like. There's a part of me I really respect and love AJ Styles. I think his career people I think understand how great it's been, but I think it is still underrated how good he's been for so long.
His longevity.
He's a great, still good in the ring, can still put on great matches.
Sure.
So I think this is going to be underratedly good for the 10. Hopefully it is 10 minutes, but Dom's going to win, and that's what they should do. So.
Oh yeah. And you know, obviously.
Go
ahead.
No,
go ahead.
You go.
I was just gonna say really quick. Obviously, people, you know, Eddie Guerrero. I still think they need to do a DNA test. Everyone's right there, you know, with me. It's that's not a hot take, but
you took the words out of my mouth.
People forget about the filthy animal Rey Mysterio in WCW. That's all I'm gonna say. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Filthy animal Rey Mysterio, check it out. In Rey Mysterio Jr. in WCW when he had no mask. Ladies man, Mysterio.
I forgot about it until I went back and watched some stuff.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know.
I joke about it all the time. The 3 words that I say is, or the thing I say, I lie, I cheat, and I steal. I think they should bring that up. Like, because Dirty Dom has been now for a year exactly. I think SummerSlam made him like Dirty Dom last year. Yeah, I think they should bring back the I lie, I cheat, and I steal. Because Dominik Mysterio he's a cool heel. He's somebody that you're like, oh, what a piece of shit. But guess what? You love when he's on your television. So I think they should. Yeah, exactly. And that's the brilliant of the business. When you can have a heel be over, you have it. You nailed it. Everything. That's what the other company, not saying those 3 letters, have not figured out how to do. They can't figure out how to make a heel into a cool guy.
They just want to suffocate people and try to.
They just want to hit people with scissors and suffocate people with a bag.
Just
not mentioning that other company. Yeah, not mentioning that other company for the viewers, but I think they should create marketing wise the I lie, I cheat, and I steal, because I love that. I love when you hear the accent of Eddie Guerrero. I lie, I cheat, and I steal. Like if they could create either those words or like another variant of that kind of saying, that would be amazing. And it's not like Dom's ripping, because what's great about Dom's character is he's unmasked, so he's not ripping off his dad. So he's not like, okay, what did my dad do good? I'm going to do that.
Yeah, he's trying to be exactly his own.
What did Eddie Guerrero do? I'm not exactly doing Eddie Guerrero. He's doing like more. He's a hybrid of them. Yeah, he's perfectly said. He's a hybrid of both of those characters. You know how hard that is to do? To be Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero in one person? They have nailed it. So I'm a huge Dominik Mysterio fan. And at the end of the day, AJ Styles, I don't know what his future entails. It's not main event anymore.
Right.
It's like, let's call it that.
Just putting people over.
Yeah, put people over, have great matches.
Yep.
And also, like you said, Sean, what he's been doing promo-wise is fun. Like I look at it like with the "Are you cleared yet?" and he's sweeping the floor. That's fucking funny, dude. That's
The
really
janitor.
great.
Exactly.
Like for them to ask for the doctor, and then AJ Styles comes out of nowhere. Like that's fun. Like that's literally
is.
like it's not trying to make AJ Styles like over in a way. It's just like he's doing it himself, and he has a lot of personality. So yeah, I think Dominik, will win by lying, cheating, and stealing, and that's how it should be. And have a great match, because the match is, I put quality match, that match. I put the triple threat women's match, and I put quality, that Gunther CM Punk might be 3. So the 3 of those matches might be like quality wrestling and like things you've never seen from each other. So I would put those top 3 for both cards.
That's fair.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at that.
Moving on to moving on to the next one. This is the ladder match. This one, I mean, I'm not gonna have too much to say because it's just gonna be insanity. But this match is just gonna be one of those that you just sit back and just watch. It's just gonna be like a train wreck.
It is.
It's the Wyatt Six, of course, facing off against Fraxium, Motor City Machine Guns, the Street Profits, and Andrade and Rey Fenix. I don't see a title change here though. I think they, like we were just saying with Naomi, kind of similar to that. I don't see them putting the championships on the Wyatt Six very recently just to take it off of them. I mean, you would have the excuse, if you're gonna take the titles off them, this is the match to do it because there's a lot of chaos is going on. It's their famous line, but I think Wyatt Six retain here. It's gonna be a just train wreck of a show or a match rather. I mean I will say the division, the tag team division on SmackDown is much better than it is on Raw. So you do have that going for you on SmackDown. Because you compare that to Judgment Day. Speaking of tag team champions, and it's just night and day. So I will say props to them for what they've done on SmackDown side, but yeah, I mean this match is just gonna be fun. So I have the Wyatt Six retaining.
Yeah, I think SmackDown, I have the tendency of watching SmackDown the next day in the morning, Saturday mornings. And
me too.
I'm trying to say I tend to skip a lot of the tag team. I think it's like, I know Road Dogg produces SmackDown, I believe. And I think SmackDown that's their personal project. Like they're putting a lot of emphasis on this the titles, the tag team titles on SmackDown, and it's skippable. I don't DIY. I hate.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if that's a hard take or not, but I cannot watch them. I don't find them believable. I think it's just like they're okay. I just can't get behind them. So to keep it short, Wyatt Six, their buzz has died down tremendously.
I went
from crying when Bray Wyatt passed away to loving what they were doing, to obviously a couple injuries happened, so they weren't on TV, to being like, I'm not fascinated by them. They're almost looked at like a cartoon to me. It's like, it's foolish. I would not show that. Like, if I had a friend that just got into wrestling, I would not show them. And a year ago, I probably would have, because they were like building up and I could tell them a story. But now it's like, I don't really enjoy what they're doing. So I gotta exchange my my earbuds. Sorry. But I don't care about this match overall. I just don't care.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way in the sense of I just do not want the Wyatt Six having the tag team titles. It just doesn't. They literally thought I was never into it anyway. No offense to Bray, God rest his soul. I just, you're gonna have Bo Dallas do this stuff, and then he's gonna still wear the mask during matches, which is so stupid. I mean, why are all the guys not have a mask, and all of a sudden he still does? It's just everything about it. They were trying to tell a story, and then they did nothing with the story. Now they're in La La Land or something. It's dumb. I can't get behind it at all. I just don't want them to have the tag team titles, but they're going to keep them for a while because they don't really. They have a lot of good tag teams, Ashley, but they don't invest in any of them. They don't invest
Right.
in any of them. It's just a
Also,
bunch of
can I
random.
say I don't love the Street Profits. I feel like
No, who are they?
like
We
they
don't-
should
who are
split up
they?
because okay, Angelo, I just think he tries. Wait, I don't think it's in him, like promo wise and character wise. I don't feel like it genuine. I feel like he
No, it's fair.
tries. I just don't look at him and go, I believe you. I think he's trying to be a wrestler. I think he's trying, and
Mhm.
it's something I can't explain. I just when I watch his promos and when he talks, I'm just like, he's like trying to be a good promo, and I'm like, I just don't believe you. I just can't get behind it.
Yeah, I think
That
that's
might be a hard
fair.
take, but that's just me.
No, I think that's fair. I just the Street Profits were just like their characters are so back and forth. Are they good guys? Are they bad guys? I just don't know. With DIY, yeah, they're kind of they're annoying. But they're supposed to be right now because they're heels. But I mean, it's okay. It's the Motor City Machine Guns. They had the titles. They lost them right away. It just kind of meant nothing. I just they're just doing a bunch of stuff. They have good teams, but they just don't know how to utilize them because Paul Levesque's doing what Vince did. He just doesn't put enough emphasis on tag teams. He just they're on the show, but they don't matter a whole lot in the theme of where they're going with the shows usually. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun match, but Wyatt Six will retain, and it'll just kind of be what it is.
Yeah, I agree. All right, next up we have Solo Sikoa, your United States champion, defending against Jacob Fatu. This one, again, I hate to say it, but I just don't see a title change here. I think Solo, I don't know, because to be honest, I don't think they should have taken the title off of Jacob Fatu when they did. I think they could have dragged out the dissension between Jacob and Solo and really built into that, playing off of the Triple H and Batista storyline, like going that realm. I just think that they could have gotten more out of Jacob being the champion, although he is one of those characters where he is better in the chase mode, just stylistically. So that's why I'm kind of torn because, man, like Jacob is special, but again, in that same token too, he's not someone that needs to necessarily have a championship, but he's trying to get connected. But
Yeah, his arm hairs are very big, by the way. That was a lot of arm hair right
well,
there.
I wasn't even looking. I was not even looking. But I think you set up.
Sorry.
You're good, man.
My AirPods died. Did you hear
Of
anything weird?
course they did. No,
Okay,
no.
good.
no, you're good, bro. But yeah, no, I just don't think that Jacob necessarily needs the championship, and Solo already, if he doesn't have the title, like he was already kind of not struggling, but I'll say I love what he's doing on the mic. He has grown so much, and he's so much more comfortable. So I love that side of it. And I'm not down on him as much as I was maybe just even a couple months ago. So that's why I wouldn't really change anything here. But man, I'm just left wondering, like, what do you really do with Jacob? Like how long do you really have them going back and forth? Do you really just go back and forth with the championship? I don't know. So I just say keep it on Solo for now. Although I could see, I feel like I'm wrong, and I feel like there is going to be a title change. I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on this one just because I just feel like they're kind of in
That's
like a
fair.
weird place with it. But I might go Jacob. Just to let me look at the overall card on this one. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to say Jacob wins this one just because why not?
Go ahead, Sean, just so I can get recalibrated while you guys laugh at me. But
Yeah, no, you're good. So that's the thing about this feud is, I don't. It's been a good feud. The first thing I'll say, I want to go back to SmackDown because I did want to bring it up really fast about the police angle with the wreck. But that angle sucked. Don't do that angle anymore. Stop. That angle sucked. Everything about that angle was really bad. I'm not gonna say don't say anything good about it. Like it's probably something good. It wasn't a lot though. Jacob Fatu. I know this is going into other things, and I don't want to mean to, but to me, in that angle, the angle they played on TV, the police came up to him very nicely and said, "Hey, you're a person of interest." Like, they weren't like, "Oh, we're grabbing him and we're throwing him in a car." They just literally said, "Hey, you're a person of interest. We want to ask you some questions." And he's like, "These, bitch police and all this stuff." Like, dude, stop that crap.
Yeah.
Okay. That the police did nothing to you. And then when they bring him back and they let him out and they let him free, even though it was dumb, the police acted like a goof when he was saying you're free or whatever he said. And Fatu's like, "Hey, bitch ass police." I'm like, dude, come on, man. Really? We're supposed to like you, but you're saying bad things about the people who were very nice to ask you questions about what happened and to be very nicely let you go on your own accord. I'm sorry, that bothers me.
No, I
I'm
like
sorry.
it.
That's just my personal opinion.
No, I
I
love
know
it.
it's gonna have hate, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate because I don't. Cops can be bad too. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that angle was stupid. It was bad.
I think they try to do the like Jacob's been locked up before, so they want to do like a cop angle, and I get it, but you could have been a lot cooler or better in the delivery of what they were trying to do.
So, but the match itself, I am torn because I don't think Jacob needed the title to begin with. I think he's a big star without it. I don't think he needs the U.S. Championship to be over, to be a star. I think Solo. That's what I was actually. You were saying this. My problem is like, okay, Solo wins. There's going to be interference, probably, even though a steel cage is supposed to prevent it. But there's probably going to be some kind of stupid interference. The Talatung and all these guys get involved, which is dumb. But it's like if they win by cheating, okay, yeah, you're gonna have Solo and Jacob keep battling it out. But again, it's like I don't want Jacob to keep losing too many times either. So I'm torn. I don't know where they go, but I think I'm gonna lean Solo just retaining. But I don't know. I really this is interesting in the sense of I really don't know where they're gonna go, and I don't know how long I want this to keep going because I think there's bigger and better things out there for Jacob, but I do agree with what you said too about Solo. He is coming into his own on the mic. He's getting a lot better, so I do like that part of this.
Yeah, I think there's two parts of Solo. Was the first part was being the enforcer to Roman and being the silent guy that took. I think there was like a stat where he didn't win a match for like 2 straight years, which is fine because that proves right there, as long as somebody's like over or like consistent enough, like it doesn't matter if they win a match or not. But now he's into forming his own faction, and now they're letting him be himself, and he's so goofy in a good way. Like his facial expressions, I've seen them. Like he has those Jey Uso, like when he looks at the like camera, like look at this guy, like he does these little like mannerisms where it's like it's very funny. And I think that him being a serious leader is not what he should be. He should be a goofy but respected leader, and I love that out of him. He should be goofy. He should be like using his personality more, and I think he has a lot of personality. I've seen all the like people on Twitter have like behind the scenes videos of him just being like out of character stuff, and it's very good. As far as the match, Jacob, yeah, he's completely over. He doesn't need a title. He has a title, which is great. Let him reign. Jacob should look dominant, and then I think there'll be the faction trying to make him lose, and then he overcomes whatever they throw at him, and he still wins. I think it's as simple as that. Like it's one-on-one. The faction comes in. Maybe you have Jimmy come to save the day, and Jacob still wins, and we move on.
Okay. So I'm on my lonesome now. I'm on Solo. I'm on Solo.
Okay.
I'm Solo
You're
on Solo.
Solo. Yep. But it should be fun. It should be a fun match though.
Yeah.
Next match that I am just so done seeing, and I'm not really gonna have much to say on, is Lyra Valkyria facing off against Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship. If Lynch wins, Valkyria can no longer challenge for the title as long as Becky Lynch is the champion. I love Becky Lynch. I'm done with this. I am not a fan of Lyra. I've tried very hard. I can't buy into it. I don't connect with her. I think she has improved very much so since March. I believe it was when the title was created. But I'm not a fan. I'm not saying she's terrible or anything. She's great in the ring. Like, she's one of the better in-ring workers. So that's fantastic. Character wise, it's just not for me. The woo thing, I don't even know if it's a woo or an ooh or what the noise is that
That's
people
bad.
make during
That's bad.
her entrance.
Stupid bird thing is stupid.
I hate the get up. I think it's very limiting. It's but like the wings that she wears for at least for her entrance, like, she can't interact with the fans. And I think as a babyface, that's your whole purpose, is to, especially with the type of character she is to slap hands with the fans and to interact with the kids. And she can't because the fucking wings are about to decapitate everyone. So that's just my little soapbox moment for the evening. I don't know why she bothers me so much. It's really nothing personal. I think she's grown a lot, and like I said,
it's not just you.
It's just I can't get into it, man. And bless Becky Lynch, because she has done everything that she can, and I think this version of Becky is much better as a heel. The previous incarnation I was not a fan of. This one, I feel like she kind of like went through like the rough patch first, the first time, and now she has like a better feel for it. And I think, to Lyra's credit, she was put up against someone who she has developed some cheers. Lyra has, so she has developed some support. So there is that. The real loser in all this is Bayley, for no fault of her own. I feel like them just throwing Bayley around wherever they see fit is just a real slap in the face. And I know maybe that's the story going for it, but me personally, I feel like Bayley is just one of the underappreciated talents that they have, male or female, on the roster. I feel like they just kind of low-key maybe take her for granted. Again, I'm not saying she's the best on the mic or anything like that, but if you think back to, I don't know why I keep thinking back to the pandemic days, but 2020, man, her and Sasha Banks, but Bayley on the mic, man, her fucking around with Michael Cole, giving him shit, just being on commentary, being the champion at that point, the ding dong hello wasn't the best, but it was the concept of it. She was obnoxious, but to me it worked. So I just feel like they are too start and stop with Bayley, and she's almost like the Big Show now with turns. So I don't want to see her necessarily turn. But man, I just feel like, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, Bayley. This isn't really about her. But part of me was thinking, is she going to get involved somehow? Because there is no disqualification, no count out for this match. But I don't know, man. I'm just picking Becky to win, because even though Lyra may win, I just don't want her to. No
I'll
offense.
let you go, Sean, first, because I'm trying to find a video that will sum up what I want to say. So go ahead. Buy me some time.
I don't know. I'm trying not to say too much because I know we've gone long, but I have a lot to say on this. I know it sounds like, why would you have anything to say on this? But I just do. I think there's a lot of layers here. With Bayley, going back to Bayley, I mean, I love Bayley as much as anybody, but I just think everybody blames WWE for, if Bayley's not pushed, it's all WWE. Like, they can't push her. They're not doing anything to push her.
Well, they definitely did push her.
Bayley's not over, Ashley. Like, she's not over. Like, and now, is it the
I
stories
don't know,
they're giving
Sean.
her?
I'd go back on that, because if you think to the Royal Rumble in Tampa, man, what was it, 2 years ago?
Well, you would know,
that
'cause I know you
reaction,
were there live. So
yeah, that reaction there, and even at WrestleMania, dude, the people were behind her because they were tired of seeing her get looked over, and they were tired of, because she is talented. She was getting looked over, and they did push her. They finally gave her moment. So I'm not coming from the sense of, oh, like, woe is Bayley, she's never gotten her shine or anything like that. She definitely has, but I just feel like they don't do Becky like that. Like, they don't do Charlotte like that. Like, they don't do Bianca like that. They didn't do Sasha like that. Like, yes, Sasha couldn't defend her championship to save her life successfully, but other than that, like, Bayley, I feel like is the only one that's really been like start stop character wise, and that's the only place I'm coming from with her, because at least with Becky, like, she has like you know the gist of Becky, right? But with Bayley, it's like you start to feel one way for her, and then they jerk you the other way. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. Not to cut you off, but I do have to admit that, of course, that's not what I was intending. That they have never
Right.
like pushed or anything like that, because they
No,
100%
and I never said
did.
you did. No, I never said you did. And it's both. It's like, to me, it's both ways. It's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of, I think WWE hasn't booked very well, told very good stories with her, especially when she won the
Mhm.
title at WrestleMania. They didn't really, but I don't think she was. I just don't feel like there was something in the way she was connecting that just isn't the same as before. Like, it just doesn't feel. I don't feel, as much as I like her, I don't feel as into her. There's something like,
That's fair.
there's something just there. So with that, and then Lyra, this stuff with Lyra has not helped either, because they both act like bitches, and it's they're unlikable, and it's not exciting to watch, and it doesn't make me. With Lyra, I'm not a Lyra. I mean, I guess I'm a Lyra defender in the sense of, yes, the wings are stupid. I'm not. Nobody's defending that. They're stupid,
Can't stand them.
and the video will show that and everything about that. So I'm with you guys in that. I think Lyra was doing really well on the promo side until Monday. Monday hurt it because Monday was not a good promo, and
Yeah.
it was not. It
Terrible.
felt off-putting. It felt
Yeah.
weird. It felt So it's like, I want
Oh,
to
I
see
want to
now.
find
Do I
this
think
video.
Becky's going to win? Yes, because I think, why would you just, again? You have Lyra. She won it
So
initially, and then Becky won it back, and then Lyra just winning it back just feels kind of weird. But because I think this promo showed the fact that she's on the right track. Lyra, if there's little tweaks made to her character, I think she can be over in a big way. I do. I think there's things that have to be done first. And I think her being away from the title, for any title, for a little while, and just building some feuds where she can build that promo work, learn more about who her character is, like we've kind of seen. I think there's something there, but Becky will win and should win. But I'm not going to give up on Lyra yet. People are like done with her altogether, and I can't give up on her yet. I think there's too much potential in the ring and on the mic.
I've been holding back. Okay. So I respect everything you guys have said. I want to believe in Lyra, and let's just make it blunt. She's green. She's super green, and she's getting pushed because of a relationship she has with Becky. I watched a video the other day that made me feel like, oh, that is a great way to sum it up. I have nothing to say about this match other than this. Hold on. Let me play it. Shout out to Prodigy Wrestling Figures. Let me see if I can get it.
Wrestling figures. Okay.
Hold on. Here we go.
Like, she's just super funny, and like they're treating her like a jobber, but then the woman who has zero charisma, bird lady, like, you're pushing her down her throat for no reason. How much dong is she sucking backstage? Because I don't understand why she's pushed down my throat so hard. Like, she's not a good wrestler. Like, okay, I just don't understand. Jesus Christ, man. Okay.
So what that video is saying is, like, Chelsea Green is like,
I couldn't make out everything.
great
Yeah.
in promo, great in everything, and then you got like, you just got her, like, that promo the other day. So I sometimes when I'm watching wrestling, I'm not watching, I'm listening, and I'm doing, like, I'm posting pictures for my side business. So I'm like listening. When I listen to Valkyria's promo, I had to rewind it because it was so awkward. It was uncomfortable. Like, and I get it. I'm not, I'm trying to be, like, not critical, because, oh my God, I would suck if I had to do what they do.
Oh, yeah. So would I.
But that's
Dreadful.
not my job. My job, if you're a WWE manager or promoter, it's to put people in front of us that are ready, especially being matched up against a Becky Lynch. Like, you need to go toe to toe. She misspoke and said in 2 weeks.
Well, yeah,
and it was 1 week.
No. I mean, that happens
then,
every once in a while.
No,
but I mean, yeah, I get your point.
I get it. If it happened with Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, they'd figure it out.
Well,
it affected her whole promo after she did that.
Yeah.
So, like, she said in 2 weeks, and then she stopped. She goes, in 1 week,
Yeah.
and then she stopped. And then it was like, I'm going to become, and I watched it. The reason why I know this is because I watched it 3 times in a row just to like live in the uncomfortableness that she lived in. It's like she's not ready. And she may well be a very good promo in the future, a very good wrestler. But like that video it's a bad video. So I don't know if you heard, but like it was funny because it was like Chelsea Green is like everything that we want from a wrestler. She's willing to do anything in the ring. Oh my God. And she's Chelsea Green and she's a great promo. It's like, that is who you should be shoving down my throat. Pause and also unpause. Like shove it, like give me all Chelsea Green and I'll wrap it up with this so Sean can talk. But like, you're giving me a girl that's still green going against one of the best ever, Becky Lynch. It's like, come on. All right, good.
I just disagree that she's not a good wrestler. I'm sorry.
I didn't agree with the great wrestler part. I just meant like all of it. Like she doesn't have aura. She doesn't have presence. No. She doesn't have any of that yet.
But I think this has helped her, and I want to. I mean, I don't like again. I don't want her to win, but
it could hurt her. It could hurt. Like sometimes putting somebody too much in front could hurt somebody versus it could hinder somebody versus help them is what I'm trying to say. I think it's way too quick for her.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't know. I guess I just don't agree with their shoving her down my throat. I don't agree with that either. I mean, I think she got put in a spot because her promos up until that point were not that bad, and they had
not that bad. Listen to yourself. Not that bad.
But I mean, I've seen a lot worse, and I'm rather. I mean, I don't know. I don't. I'm going to be the Lyra defender here. I don't.
That's fine. I respect it.
Because I again, I mean, that's what we're about anyway. Disagreement. Because we have fun disagreements. I mean, I love it. The promo was bad. Nobody's denying that promo was not good. But to say that she can't go anywhere from here is kind of ridiculous. I'm willing to see it play out. If it doesn't play out well, I'll come right on with you guys and say I was wrong. She sucks, but her wrestling skills are too good. There's potential there where I'm not just going to give up on her. Have her lose this match, which she should, but I'm not going to give up on her.
Will they though? Crazy. Will they?
I think they will.
I don't know.
There's too many women on the roster. There's too many good women on the roster.
I don't know. I feel like she's going to win. I want Becky to win, but I feel like they may give it back to her.
Yeah. So my prediction is Becky should win. There's like, I agree with you, Sean, and I love that we have a disagreement. Because that's what we should be about. Like, it's not all about agreeing. I half agree with the video that I just watched a video and it was funny to me because it was like somebody like Chelsea Green should be pushed constantly, and now we have her. And it was like Bird Lady just comes out and like she has no aura. She has zero aura. And it's like for a SummerSlam event defending a women's title, no matter what the women's title is, like she's not ready. That's what I'm trying to say.
And that's fair. And I think Chelsea technically is getting pushed. Like she's on TV all the time.
It's just pushed more.
She's not in a main event. Now, do I think Chelsea, that's what makes Chelsea better is her promo and the way her character is.
So good. Can
overdo the rough wrestling at times because her wrestling is not as good as Lyra's at this point in time. It's good. It's not bad. It's just like it's a work in progress. It's getting better each and every time she's out there. But her promos or her character is so much fun. Like everybody's behind her. It's like, all right, let's go. Let's do it.
But you have to be one or the other. So in my mind, you either have to be an insanely good promo and whatever happens in the ring is whatever, or you got to be a decent promo, and then what happens in the ring is like, whoa. Mm-hmm. Chelsea Green is the perfect medium of both, and then the other one is just like, come on. So that's what I have the gripe on, and they took away the title.
I did not mean
they took away the title from Chelsea Green to give it to this match, and I don't agree with that. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, I apologize. I mean, I just had to. Those are my thoughts. I wanted to be honest about what I think, and not just.
I love it.
Somebody get beat on and just I just had to defend it a little bit. So
It's okay. You're a Valkyria stan, and you DM her and say, "Hey, you did so good on that match." I get it. It's okay. You can admit.
rip off the wings as you do
Yeah,
it.
you when you leave this podcast, you're gonna go put on your wings and fly away. I get it.
Fly away.
Oh,
All right,
man.
cool. So I think that was. So what was your official pick then, Elvis? Or you're Becky
gonna-
or you're Lyra?
I have to do. Becky has to win. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, 3 for 3 there. All right. Next we have, I think
Main event, right? I think we're at the main
Main
event.
event.
right?
it
Let's
is.
go.
Yeah, the main event. Yes, we made it to the main event, which is no surprise. John Cena, our undisputed WWE champion, facing off and defending against Cody Rhodes in the main event. Like I said, for the said title in a street fight. I think it's going to be a cluster of a match. I will let whoever wants to go first. But I want to see what the poll was at. Let me pull it back
I
up
want to see the
here.
poll.
Shout out Rewind 89. He's back.
Yeah,
He's
I know. I saw him.
Hey.
He's back. He's here.
Let's go. It took him a little while or he or she. I don't know.
Here.
I think it's a he, but
think it is a
I'm
he.
hoping it's a she or they, whatever. I
Whatever.
equally accept.
Let's see. So officially the poll is at 45% that Cody Rhodes is going to become our new champion. 32% John Cena retains, and 23% Seth Rollins cashes in and wins.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
nice little
Okay.
divvy there. Yeah. So who wants to go first?
Sean, you go first.
Oh wow. I mean, I'm gonna try to talk too long. I think ultimately, I just think the Cena heel turn sucks ass. I think it's terrible. I think it's absolutely terrible. I was
love that.
down on it at the beginning, but I was like, okay, let me at least see how this plays out. You have Cena and The Rock there, all that stuff. The Rock, again, we won't talk about that.
Ruined
Cena
everything.
He did.
Cena
Yeah.
I mean, Cena, he's not believable in the role. He's just not believable. I mean, the promo at the contract signing, which they do way too much of, I thought was better acting by him. It did crack me up, but at the same time, I didn't believe. It's just like, this is so you're just reciting lines. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel anything. And then I think Cody's got to win the title back. And no cash in. Cody, I'm still behind him. I'm still a Cody guy. I love Cody. I think he's very. The only issue with with this, because if Cena wins, I don't want to see this until like the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania next or whenever he's done. I don't want to. I want to tell the story of Cena losing somehow with Logan or somebody helping him find who he truly is, and what he is what we know is a good-hearted guy who wants to have hustle, loyalty, and respect, and that's who he is. I want him to find whatever that is at the end and move on from this, because what this is, it has not hurt the company because they're still making a lot of money, but it's not. There could be other good stories they could be telling, and this is not a good story. But Cody, I think he has to win, because I eventually think we're going to a Drew feud, which I don't think Drew's going to win. I think this could ultimately go to a WrestleMania next year, Punk heel beating Cody for the title, and that's where we get our title run for Punk. That's kind of where I'm thinking it's leading, but we'll see. Cody has to have the title, at least for now. This Cena stuff is just, it's not, for me, I mean, if other people might love it, for me, I just don't care for it. I don't need this to drag on forever. It's done. Move on. Turn
Fair.
Cena face.
So Cody wins. Sean?
Cody wins.
Now, do we get a double turn, or no double turn, or just
No.
a Cena turn, or just Cena just loses? He's still fuck you fans.
Cody can be a great
Fucking
heel.
kids.
It's not time yet. It's just not time yet. I think the time will come where I think he'll cave in and eventually turn, and I think it's going to be fun. But right now, it's not that time yet. The fans are still too into him. I wouldn't do it yet.
All right.
Fair enough. No, I'm gonna disagree with you, and that's fine. We were very babyface to
I
each
know,
other the whole
right?
pod, and now we're getting to the
Total
nitty gritty.
heels.
Now the wings are off.
Yeah, the wings are off. Like I said earlier in the pod when we first started, was I think long term. I'm putting in my head, if Cody wins, right? Cody wins. He beats John Cena. Do we have a rematch? I don't want to see a rematch of that in Survivor Series, right? So that doesn't work for me, brother. Do we have Cena win, hook or crook, whatever the situation may be? He wins. Now we get to build what I was saying was CM Punk comes in the picture after maybe losing to Gunther. All right, so maybe that's not in the cards. Somehow he's like, all right, I got to focus on Cena. I got to take down Cena. And then you could build that longer. You could, like I said, I think they already announced his John Cena's last match is going to be December, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think in Boston, whether it's Raw, whether it's Saturday night main event, whatever it is, it doesn't matter for me personally. I need to see CM Punk versus John Cena at one point. And we only have 3 months left, 4 months left in the year for that. So it has to happen. Punk is healthy. Cena's healthy.
Didn't we see it already? Or am I missing? Or am I forgetting?
No, right? Ash?
Cena versus Punk. We did get them
Yeah, already had it.
at in Saudi.
Unfortunately,
that
it
was-
in Saudi Arabia.
That was the whole
but, I mean,
thing. That Cena,
That was so bad. Oh, I hate the Saudi fucking matchups. It ruins
yeah,
everything.
that was the whole thing when Punk came back and did the Thugonomics.
Well, see, that lets you know in my brain that I don't even qualify that as the real, like, rival. Like, you're right. It was a thing. But, oh my God, I hate that they did that so much because it taints everything. Anyway, I'm going to pretend that didn't happen. For my brain, and I have a child brain when I watch wrestling, I'm going to pretend I'm 12 years old, Raven.
There you go.
Elvis /
There you go.
I want CM Punk to beat Cena for the title. Now that you're reminding me that in Saudi that already happened, which is complete bullshit. Cody wins. What happens to us? What do we feel? Cody wins. Cody beats Cena. Cool. All right. So you love it. Cody beats Cena. Now we have another baby face. So what is he going to talk about now? He can't talk about finish the story. Please don't mention Dusty Rhodes again. I love Dusty. I love like everything. Well, it's all right. It's over. Now, what is he defending? Who is he defending it against?
Drew.
Seth Rollins is out. Drew. I mean, yeah, maybe, but I will say official prediction.
Okay.
Cena defends and wins and keeps, because I think you have 4 months of Cena left. Why not keep this going? Why not keep it? I know it's gross. It's weird. It's awkward. And I don't think he's a good heel. I talked about it earlier. Like, there's people that, like, you look at a heel and you go, oh, that's not working. Like Charlotte. Oh, that's not working as a face. I'm just waiting for her to turn her back. John Cena's not a good heel. But it works for storylines because you have enough baby faces that could go against them. Or do you have Roman Reigns face John Cena at the end of the year? That could work too. But I think he's going to film a movie for the next 3 months. So who the fuck knows there? So there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of variables. If Sunday night happens and I have a bunch of people over and it's 11 p.m. and Cody Rhodes raised the belt, I'm picturing it in my head. I'm not okay with it because I don't know what you do with John Cena after that for the next 3 months.
Elvis, I'll say one thing. If it's 11 o'clock where you are, dude, that's going to be a long show.
Oh,
buddy.
yeah.
I hope
No,
it's
it
not
will be.
11
It will
o'clock.
be
It starts
11
at
p.m.
5, dude. It starts at 6. It starts at 6.
No, I think it
I hope
starts
it's not 5 hours. Good
I think
Lord,
it
man.
starts technically at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So
I think it's 6 Eastern. I think it's 6
Is
Eastern.
it?
I think,
Okay.
but I mean, it doesn't
So
matter.
let's call it
It's no
10.
big deal.
But I don't think I love like watching Raw on that Monday, watching Cody do a promo about how he's world champion. I don't feel anything.
Okay.
But so I think I'm gonna say, yeah, Cena wins, retains. Maybe Travis Scott comes out. I don't know. It's a shit show right now. It's a shit show. Who knows? Yeah, no Travis Scott. We're against Travis Scott now. I bet Elvis has a huge, thick brain. Wow, nice.
All right.
All right.
That's true. I think you do. I truly.
I don't know. My wife would say otherwise. both innuendos.
All right, Ash, come on.
I know. I
This
was
is your
trying.
podcast.
I
What
was
are you
looking
doing?
at the start time to see, and
Oh.
the first result says 3 p.m. I was like, "What the fuck?" And
Dang,
that's
that'd
not
be
right. But
awesome.
then it says 7 p.m. So
Dang, you're right. Oh crap! It will be 11.
Each night.
Dadgummit, Elvis.
It would be. Yeah, I didn't want to call you out and make you
No.
feel
But
foolish,
it
but
looks like
there's no way they end that Sunday at before 11 p.m.
No, it's that.
There's no
No,
way.
I agree. No, I agree with you there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have people over my house, so like I'm gonna have people over, so I know
Oh, man.
every 11 p.m. Yeah, you're an hour behind.
Yeah, I'm an hour behind you guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
so gotcha.
That's why when she says the time, I know it's an hour earlier where I'm
Yeah,
at.
yeah,
So
that's
I'd be
actually
7:30,
something.
like, oh crap, you guys are already having a podcast. What's happening right now?
I haven't considered that. Yeah, that's a good point. But I just think like Cena, what do you do? It's such a who knows? Like after watching Unreal and all these things, like
I need to watch that.
it's not the Vince McMahon era where they change things last minute. I don't think they do that anymore. Like Triple H definitely wants a clear cut. What are we doing? But what do you do with Cena if he loses? He's not going to chase Cody again. He's not going to
You tell the story of him as a turning babyface. That's what you do. That's what your goal is.
How do you turn a babyface then?
Just have him lose and he's down and somebody comes and I don't know. Like there's a way they can tell that story. I mean,
You got to give me an answer. That's what I'm saying. You're fumbling.
So I thought they were going to do Logan because they had this stuff with him and Logan. So I thought, well, because they had him team, which again was weird at the beginning. So I thought, well, they're going to have Logan badmouth them or do something where they had to interface with them, which they could still do. I mean, Logan he's not going to be with Drew after this. So
you're saying Logan fights on night one and then Logan fucks him up and causes him
I think that's possible. I think you could tell something with that. That's kind of where I'm thinking they're going to go, but I don't really know. But I just want them to, and that'll be a good way to turn Cena babyface because obviously people, hate Logan, so they'd want to love Cena. So it just
Ashley, do you think John Cena stops wrestling and becomes babyface again? One word.
Stops wrestling and becomes
So at the end of his reign, do you think he retires as a babyface or a heel? One word.
At the end of this year? At the end of this year? Do I think he stops wrestling?
No.
At the end of this year.
When he retires at the end of this year.
When he's done, like just when he's done.
Babyface or is he heel still?
Oh, he's a babyface.
Thank you.
Okay.
He's a babyface.
Right. Wow. So how do we do
it? He's not gonna. They're not going to let him go into Boston in his career.
How do we do it though?
Whole year as a bad guy. Even if they did, he's not gonna.
Do we do it with Logan Paul, like Sean just said? Do we do Logan Paul because he is the most hated heel? Do we do it against him to raise Logan Paul more? It'll be a lot of views. John Cena, Logan Paul. Oh my God, that will be on fire. Actually, you guys are convincing me now that I'm talking about it.
This is a street fight. There's no rules. There's going to be a lot of fuckery in this match. So
lazy booking.
I'm not advocating
but Cena
for
can't
it.
have a good regular match, Elvis. Like they got to do something to make it like a decent match.
You guys are putting me through the ringer right now. I'm talking myself out of what I just thought.
I don't know though. Part of me, I'm not that confident that Cena does leave as the champion or that he loses rather. I'm like I'm really 50-50 on it, to be honest with you, because
I mean, I could see Cena winning. I could see him winning. I don't know who. I mean, who? Because to me, they've already, like you said, Elvis. I mean, I know you just didn't remember they did the Saudi match, but like they're not going to go to
Yeah,
Punk
I
Cena
forgot
again. They're
about
not
that.
going to do that. So
Yeah,
I don't know where
I
else they
forgot.
where else do they go? Who else beats them at this point? I mean, there's no like what baby face unless you have unless they're doing something crazy after the Sammy match where maybe he eventually beats him, maybe? That's the only thought if you keep Sammy face. Maybe he's the one that eventually wins here at the end of the year. But I think you want to have a Sammy moment for something better than that. I don't
Jeez.
know. That wouldn't work for
All I
me.
know is if we're over here talking about so many like X and O's and this could happen, they got to be in the war room going
Yeah.
crazy because it's not that easy.
No.
I feel like they have a plan, though. I feel like they've had
Yeah,
a
they
plan
do.
but
I think they do.
like from the beginning of the year. I don't believe the bullshit. Oh no, like it was last minute. Like I don't believe any of that. I believe things did change because of a certain someone, but I don't believe that
Yeah.
everything was just last minute. They're just like, oh, like their days before. Now, do I think they're still open to different ideas 100%, and nothing is ever locked in stone until they go out there? Yeah, but I don't think. I don't know. I just don't buy into that they like, oh, they're just taking it by the seat of their pants and just
No,
seeing
they
how the fans react. Like, no, like of course they, like they plan and expect and want certain things, but with John Cena, dude, like I don't know, you're not gonna just, oh, we'll just see what happens with something like this. Come on,
Yeah.
on his last year, you're not gonna just be like, oh, we'll see what this month brings. No, you have because you. It's not even like he opened up his entire year. You had a limited amount of dates, so you had to be very mindful of what you do at those dates. You planned that out for a reason. So I don't know, man. I think everything was strategically done, and while I do think that I could really see Cena retaining, I just everything around it makes more sense to have Cody win and to have Cena, as cliche and as typical as it is, just be down in the dumps and be pissed off at himself and be that Cena that I hate, but that we all know that he's all like, shucks, guys, I'm sorry, like golly gee, like all that PG, bullshit that he says.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know if he's necessarily gonna say I'm sorry right off the bat, and I don't even see this being an immediate turnaround. But I
How do
see
you put
him.
the promos together? Like
He
you
can
said,
do it.
he
He
jolly.
can do
Like,
it.
how do you? I know he can spin it, but like, how do you make it make sense to be like, I got caught in the Rock thing, but you can't bring up the Rock because he's not relevant anymore. He hasn't been like. What do you say and what do you do to make
He was
it be like,
obsessed.
I
He was
made a
obsessed with
mistake?
the Hollywood of it. He was obsessed with the glitz
Okay.
and the glamour. He was.
Okay.
You don't have to say Hollywood, but we know who he means with Hollywood.
Yeah.
He believed in himself, but as we all pointed out, he hasn't been shit the past 3 years. What was his record? He hadn't won a singles match in 5
Oh,
years
he
or
was
some
getting
shit.
beat by
It was
everybody.
ridiculous. Yeah. So yes, he knows he's John Cena, he's Super Cena, but he didn't know if he could get it done. He doubted himself. He went X amount of years, hustle, loyalty, and respect, and when it mattered the most, he caved. And now he's eating that crow. He needs us to help carry him on through the last
And
4
you feel
months
like
of
the
his career.
crowd, would respond to that in
100%,
person?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
They've been
Oh, yeah.
clamoring to do it.
Okay.
They've been
They've been behind
clamoring.
him
They've
the
just
whole
been
time
playing.
anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
they've just been playing along with it.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I feel
I
like,
respect that.
especially, I don't even know how many dates we have left, but I know it's in the teens.
15 maybe.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so you have to be very mindful of that, and of course they're gonna want it for like a Survivor Series and shit like
But
that.
you're
So
saying it needs to happen this weekend because
if not
after
now,
this
when?
weekend, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
If not now, it's
I mean, yeah,
now another.
I still love Survivor Series, but I know it's not popular
I
as it
love
once
Survivor
was.
Series.
Yeah, it's always gonna be a favorite of mine, but
Yeah.
I don't see them doing something that big at a Survivor Series. I think even
You're
though
right.
it might be in Los Angeles, maybe I'm not certain about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But even then, like you're gonna do it at
Oh,
your
it's in San
bigs.
Diego. San Diego.
It's okay. Well, California, yeah, so it makes sense.
As a commercial for Chief of War, which I think is on Apple TV, that Roman Reigns is in. While
there
we're
you
talking
go,
about
yeah.
Jason Momoa, I think Roman Reigns is in this series. That's funny.
But yeah, I just feel like it's time, and look, I feel like they left a lot on the table for his heel run, but I still respect the fact that they did it. And respect the fact that he was game. He could have very easily been like, no, I have way too much invested in this, X, Y, and Z, the kids, all that BS. All the stereotypical what we've thought in the past. Like, why would I want to mess that up now? And he was game. He was like, no, let's do this shit. Like, he has been open, if what we hear is correct, for anything. So I give him respect for that. Again, I would have loved to have seen some things go differently. But I'm just happy it happened. Like, if looking back, would I have nixed the whole heel turn? I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait until it's officially done, until maybe this whole year is done to see, and maybe that'll be something fun to look at the beginning of next year, the totality of it all. But man, I don't know. It is what it is, and I've just come to accept what I'm going to get from Cena, whether that's good guy Cena or bad guy Cena, which I didn't think I was going to get at all. So I think he does lose here. I think it's Cody's night. I think the street fight aspect adds to that because Cody, and that's why I was wondering if you guys thought we were going to get a turn outright from Cody or not. I think we do get more seeds here though. I think he does get a bit more edgier. I don't know if we're going to get a full low blow from Cody, which I hope we don't. But I think we do see more signs of him being edgier and doing almost whatever it takes to make sure he wins. Because I think this street fight, besides the fact that Cena, maybe needs some bells and whistles, I feel like the street fight stipulation is that for a reason. It's very specific. So, because they could have given them the steel cage match or some shit, you know what I mean? And they didn't. They gave him a brawling type of match, so around the ring. So, yeah, I'm officially going Cody wins. I'm not even as excited about him winning as I would want to be, which I think does take away from it too. But I think, like you were saying, Elvis, if you have Cena retain, what do you do though? In that kind of what you were saying, but in that regards, like who else would Cena defend against, really, that we haven't seen? Like
Roman. I mean, you could do an epic battle, but it would have to make sense.
That
New
could be a
guard
Survivor
versus the
Series.
old guard. Yeah, that would make sense.
But I don't
Survivor
see.
Series.
I think that would be. I feel like the best bet, the best what if, is going to be your Cody scenario. I feel like Roman would be, as crazy as it may sound. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like to me it would be a no brainer that Cena would be beating Roman. I don't see them putting the championship back on Roman. He's doing his Hollywood stuff now, which
I think he's doing Street Fighter.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty certain. I could be wrong, but yeah, I just don't see now being the time for them to put the title on Roman. So I don't see them going back to that. Although I think it'd be just fun as hell to see this version of Roman on the mic versus this version of Cena on the mic. Like no fucks given. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, none of that anymore. He's gonna, he'll say what he wants to say now. He's got the power, So I think that'd be fun. Part of me is surprised that we haven't even got a tease between Cena and Roman.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they end up in Boston. Maybe the end for Cena is ending it against Roman. But part of me feels like it's gonna be maybe a younger talent, maybe like a Braun Breaker. I don't know. I'll see.
All right. Well, I'm glad that we disagreed, all of us, at the end, because it's been very fun, from start to finish. Not wrapping it up myself, but I'm just saying I love that we're disagreeing because guess what? On Saturday, I'm not going to be watching live. I will say on Saturday, so don't text in the group chat. On Sunday, let's text, and I'll let you know what I watch. But it's going to be good back and forth, according to what we talked about this weekend. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Couple quick things. I really don't. The problem I have with championships right now is they're putting them on a lot of part-time people, and I don't like that. I want champions on guys that are going to be around all the time, and I just think we're doing that thing with Cena. I mean, I'm with you guys on Cena in the sense of, quote unquote, he didn't phone in the heel turn, but I just feel like this isn't the Cena that from 15 years ago that I really enjoyed. I actually enjoyed the Cena 15 years ago. This one's just here to get some extra money, and I feel like he's doing what they're asking of him, but I don't feel like he's going above and beyond. And it hasn't. Like I said, I wanted more, and he did try, but it just didn't work. And with Roman, Roman does need to be around more. He's too over. He needs to be around more. If he's going to be with here, this once every 2 months thing just doesn't doesn't do it for me. And, you know, I want, if you're going to put a title on somebody, put it on somebody that's going to be around all the time. I
Or
know it's
just
hard
pay
to
him
do,
more
but
money
figure it
where
out.
he doesn't want to go to Hollywood. You know?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Give him more money. Give him more
You
money.
got
Be
plenty of
like,
it.
hey, you're gonna make $3 million filming a movie. We'll match that, and you be full time. Done. Let's go. You have money now. You're with TKO. You're with $1 billion company where it's like you're gonna draw every time. I'll match whatever Hollywood's trying to give you.
Yeah. Real quick, this was great. Ashley, you are just propping you up again. Thank you for having me on here, having us on here. This has been, I know it's 2 hours, whatever. Who knows how long it is? I don't think it's as long as the last one, so that's
2 hours
good.
and 45 minutes.
There you go. I
A
appreciate
little bit
what
shorter.
I appreciate all you do. I'm so glad I found you on YouTube, wherever I found you.
Agreed.
Just I'm thankful for everything you do. The way you talk wrestling is just fun, and I found you on Wade's show, and I'm glad I did. That's where I found you. You were on
Yeah.
doing the correspondent for Wade's show, and I was like, and then you actually said, I remember you were on there one time, and you said my name, and it meant a lot to me. The fact that you heard me on there, and you just thought,
Nice.
hey, this guy's cool. So it means a lot. This is always fun being on here doing this with you.
I'll share the same sentiment. I met Ash a couple of years ago or a few years ago now on a podcast that I was listening to. I had the opportunity to have her at my house watching WrestleMania.
Nice.
Met my
Did not know
friends, met
that.
my wife, and it was great. So,
Dude, that's awesome. That's
yeah,
so cool.
Ashley is still talked in this house with my friends. So she is a legend, and I fucking love her for being a genuine human being. That's first and foremost.
Oh,
You'd come
stop,
over to my
guys.
house too if I had a house, and if I lived near you, you'd come
Yeah.
to my house too.
And
Well, stop, guys.
hopefully I can see you again soon, Ashley. Seriously.
100% do. Yeah, we gotta figure it out for sure. But no, I really appreciate you guys. I know you guys can be doing a lot of shit with your evening. But you guys give me time, and I appreciate it. It's when I realized that I was gonna have a little bit of time and I wanted to do a preview show, obviously for SummerSlam. No two better guys. So I appreciate you all. It's going on 3 hours, but I appreciate you all because the time flies by, and there's a lot of shit to get into. So it's not like, we're just out here bullshit. And even if we were, it's a good time. You know what I mean? I enjoy it. And people enjoy it too. But we gotta maybe for the big four, maybe we can make it a thing for the big four and do like a prediction, like a 3-way prediction for the big four.
Like it.
Something like that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Elvis, you're good people too, by the way. You're good people too,
Dude,
man.
hey,
Always fun to
you're a
get to do
decent
this.
human being too, Sean.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
That's
Even if we
great.
disagree on some random
That's
stuff.
great.
No, I love it. Hey, dude, if wrestling is what we disagree on, we're doing a good
Right.
thing in life.
Right. That's a
so
good
good.
day. That's a good day. But no, thank you all. And officially, I should have said this earlier. If you haven't liked and subscribed, that's fantastic. But I will be over on Browsing Media Saturday morning doing a live show there as well.
Hell yeah.
There'll be another SummerSlam chat, but not as in depth, obviously. But yeah, and whatever happens on SmackDown, don't expect too much happening on SmackDown.
No.
But
Love it.
yeah, thank you guys. Any final words before we jump off?
Support, subscribe, like the video, Kick Ass
All that good
Podcast.
stuff.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, and everyone on Twitter
No.
too. On Twitter, yeah, I forget to shout that out. Twitter, people like to watch on Twitter. It's kind of interesting. It's whatever. But yeah, go ahead, Sharon. I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate everybody. I mean, when I get to be in the chat, it's fun too, just hanging out with everybody, all you guys in the chat. Thanks for keeping up with us for 2 hours and 47 minutes. And I appreciate just everyone, like just being able to talk wrestling. And I've been able to, from you, from Jason Powell, shout Jason out, shout Wade Keller out, shout everybody out. Busted Open, I listen to every once in a while. Everybody that gets to have the platform to talk wrestling, it's just fun to be a part of that platform in some way. Because it's just fun to talk wrestling with anybody, whether you agree or disagree. It's just fun to chat wrestling and have predictions and have thoughts, and it's cool to get them out there. So it's just been a cool platform. So I'm just thankful for the opportunity.
Hell yeah.
And
Right on.
that.
Now that's a great note to end
Packers,
on. Well,
baby. Let's go.
yes, sir. Well, until next time, everyone out there, stay safe and enjoy some wrestling. Take care, guys.